What is up, my partay PayPal? How are you guys doing? Look, only reason I'm late is because y'all always late. No, because I be starting tier lists. Y'all come up about an hour late talking about stuff I didn't even know you was live. No, don't give me that. So if I'm late, that just makes you guys early. Right? That's how that works. Okay. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. If my music's too loud, let me know. I just didn't want it to be dead quiet. You know what I mean? Dude, sometimes I look at the tier list back and I'm like, dude, it's quiet. So I just want a little music, especially in my ears. It'd be super quiet. I'm like, I'm trying to listen to something. So I'm just gonna have something on very, very low volume. If it is distracted or too loud, let me know. And we'll be good to go. But the chat isn't updated. Oh, there it goes. I was like, why is the chat not updated? All right, so we got a couple of things that we're gonna be doing differently this go around. So what we're gonna do, number one, the new thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do 3 separate tier lists. So we're gonna do, we used to do ranks, and I was like, I think the ranks are probably a little bit too much. People don't pay attention anyway, and regardless of what rank, they, you know, people don't understand anything. So I was like, you know what? Let's just not do ranks anymore. People are weird. Then I was like, you know what? Ranks are not ranks. I'm sorry. I'm starting to notice too that people think that because one character is better, that makes another character worse, but they're not really in the same role. So I was like, well, maybe this time we could do each tier list have their own role, so the power is pretty similar. We'll see if we'll roll with this one for we'll see if we roll with this one for the next tier list. We'll see. If not, no, we won't. But I just feel like it's probably a little bit more cohesive for people. Like if I say, I don't know, if I say Groot is A, and then I say like, I don't know, Adam Warlock is B, it's probably like, some people just get weird. I don't know. I'm trying to make it easier for people that are not my normal viewers to understand, because they don't understand anything. I know it's toxic, but it's true. So that's what we're gonna do. The other thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually try to have it be more interactive with you guys. A lot of the times when I do tier lists, I won't ignore you guys, but I won't stop my train of thought to respond to things. If you guys ask me about a character that's like 3 picks ago, y'all trolling. I'm not looking at that. Y'all grief it. But if you guys ask me about a character that I'm talking about, then we could probably go a little bit more in depth with that. I forgot to add a hot seat to these things. So let's go ahead and add a hot seat. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the things that we got going on. Or you know what? What we'll do, I don't really think there's any characters that are D, to be honest with you guys. Marvel Rivals, everything is busted. Very, very rarely is there a D pick. I could just make that our hot seat. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's many bad picks in Rivals. So yeah, I don't really think anything's D. Would be F. Like the characters are pretty decent for this game. So we'll turn D into hot seat. That way, whenever I'm talking, you guys can know who I'm talking about until I place it. There you go. I don't need to stream at a decent time. Relax, relax. All right. As always, guys, this tier list is based off my thoughts, and we're focusing solely on solo gameplay. A lot of people come in here and say the same thing every single time. And I tell you guys, every single time, this is a solo. You're not squadding. You don't have your boosting duo picking a character and you pocketing them. Listen, no. If you queue up by yourself, okay, this is what the tier list is for. Could it work for duos? Yes. Could it work for trios? Possibly. Is it probably going to work for 4s, 5s? Or we can't really queue as 5s, but 4s or 6? Maybe not. It's not for that. I don't care about that. It's not my life. That's yours. The other thing that I want to say is I don't want to factor in pro play. I don't care about pro play. 99.9% of the player base can't even understand pro play. I'm toxic. We're not talking about pro play, all right? So no pro play, no group play. This is if you're queuing as ranked solo. We're gonna be focusing on all ranks together. So we're gonna try to compile that. As I said before, we are gonna separate the tier list between the different classes. So let's go ahead and start with this boogie. As I said before, if you guys have anything to say about a character that I'm talking about, feel free. If you guys say it after I'm done placing them, good luck. So let's start off with some tanks. First tank on the list is Cap. That's kind of crazy. So Captain America. I didn't do a tier list last season because I didn't play that much. Or was it the season before? There was it last season, y'all? There was one season where people were saying that, bro, Cap so OP, Cap S tier. I was like, I don't know what fumes y'all is huffing, but the character is not S tier in any regard. I don't know what season that was, but we are at season 9, so I'm not gonna talk about that season. Being in season 9, maybe I should add a D. Hold up, we will add a D. We'll add a D. All right, we'll do this. That way it's actually easier for you guys. I feel like we need a D. We need a D to help things be put in perspective, I think. All right, like I was saying, a lot of people were telling me that Cap is S, oh my God, Cap is good, this and that. And I always ask them a question. I say this one simple question. 1, what rank are you? They never tell me they're high rank. I'm like, that's why. I ask them another question. Well, why do people say he's S tier? Well, in pro play, that's why. Okay, if you are in low rank, you don't really have the understanding of what high rank games feel like. So you can't say characters are always good. I always tell you guys that once he hits about Celestial 3-2, Cap ain't Cap no more. Lower than that, he's pretty decent. I always said he was pretty decent, but just higher than that, he struggles. And unless you're on comms, and I don't play on comms, y'all notice, I climb through bronze and one above all without comms. I don't use comms. Without comms, there's not really a lot he could accomplish because he's a facilitator. He's not a carry tank. He's not something that does things by himself. This season, however, did give tanks a lot more KO potential. They got a lot more snowball potential, but still, Cap is still an issue because not only because Cap got stuff, but so did everybody else. And everybody else got things that makes hitting Cap a lot easier. Also, as seasons progress, players get better at shooting, players get better at marking, players get better at chasing, players get better at positioning. I mean, the game evolves over time, doesn't matter what game it is. Players just get better. They can deal with Cap now. I very rarely see a Cap pop off unless the fool has a Luna snowflake on this dude, Rocket's pocketing him somewhere. But if you're saying just a regular Cap player, character sucks. It's not biased. I just know what he's capable of. And you guys know I also have hit rank 1 with Cap. Okay, Cap is by far one of my most played heroes in the game. I don't play him this season because Jubilee. She debate. But I have a lot of experience with this guy. And I don't want to lie to y'all and tell you otherwise. Without comms, without an actual team structured around playing around Cap specifically, he does not do anything. And his ult is really good. I'm not going to lie. The shield on that fool, bro. The shield on that fool, bro, is cool. But the thing is, people have to stand in it. People have to know that you're going to use it. People have to know not to support strat ult it. People have to know all these things. That just does not come without comps. It's very easy to be like, hey, I'm about to use my Cap ult for this. I'm about to use my ult for that. And then the strats don't do anything or your teammates clump. That does not happen in solo play, okay? I'm telling you. Like, unless you're talking to people, this character just does not function. So, that being said, I am going to put him at B. He's not horrible, but it's not great. And he falls off a lot when you reach higher ranks. That's pretty much where I see this fool at. Does that mean you should never play him? No. Does that mean you should always play him? No. Does that mean you should play him if you want to? Go for it. But I'm telling you, from my personal experience, and just how I know him inside and out, it's just he is only strong sometimes. And it's only if the enemy team allows you to run over them. Other than that, the character is not functioning as anybody wants him to. Okay. Here we go. Let's talk about Doctor Strange. Basically, Cap is not Venom. That guy is busted. Is Venom busted? We'll get there. We'll get there. You never play against Cap, so you don't know? Yeah, Cap's not really picked that often, and that probably tells a lot about it. That probably tells a lot about it. All right. Doctor Strange. Wait, hold up. Bucky team up makes him scary dive partner, though, don't you think? Where he can jump on people? I mean, that team up doesn't really function that well. It's more of a way to get him out. I don't really think I've ever used the Cap team up with Bucky to go dive the back line. That just never happens. Bucky shouldn't be that deep. Usually I use it to run away. It's a very good way to counter CC because he can break you out of it. Like your CC immune when you dash into Bucky. But like aside from that, it's kind of whatever. Now the lightning shield throw, you know, the lightning shield throw, it's aight, but it's not game breaking. I do think that Thor's power up though, enhanced, is pretty nasty, but it's just not enough to make this character a beast. All right, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, I always thought Doctor Strange was really good. And one of the main reasons why was that invisible team up is busted. Like the fact that you're able to shield and CC people around you without even looking is insane. He has another team with Hulk now where he doesn't have to worry about getting anti-healed, like the debuff, and he doesn't have to worry about expending the entire 100%. He can only, it expends, I believe, half. On top of that, he has his shield boost to, I think it was, they dropped it to 700 and then they popped it back up to 800. So it has an 800 shield now, which is pretty crazy. Blaza, you're saying Strange is C tier, brother. So Strange has always really just been a well-round pick. I don't think this character has ever really been bad. Even there was a season where people did say he was really awful, and I was like, no, he's just normal. I mean, there's never a time where picking Doctor Strange is like a bad thing. I think that's one of the this is one of the few tanks where you can probably always pick this character and you'll be all right. Like I could probably climb from bronze to ever how high I want to play until I want to stop playing him because I get bored, and I'll be all right. It's not a character that I feel I should ever swap on, but I don't swap characters anyway, so I'm probably not the guy to tell you about that. I used to put him in S tier a long time ago, but that was because that Sue team up took him over the top, but he has received some adjustments and there's no more anchors either. So there's kind of a lot that got removed from him, but they did try to compensate that. I think they put a lot more of his health into his shield rather than into his body, which is important because Strange players should know how to manage that shield properly. If you think about it, this character is the tankiest character in the game because you have 800 shield, plus you have, I think he's 650 HP. I could be wrong. I don't remember the numbers. 650 HP. Let's just say 650. That's a lot of HP compared to a lot of, that's like a Venom amount of tank. You know what I mean? And he's able to shield the entire team. I just think a lot of Strange players don't know how to manage their shield. Point blank period. A lot of Strange don't know how to do it. Their stuff breaks 24/7 and, you know, then they just are whatever. But if you manage that full shield, that guy ain't never getting taken down. He's just a game of footsies. It's literally just a game of footsies with this character. You think Strange is A? Strange is B or A for you? Strange Dino food back in season 8? I mean, that just seems like Seal Gap, no? Okay, we gotta establish. There's no such thing as one character just making another character useless. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you have to realize that if somebody sucks, that's why they suck. If you put me in a low rate game with a Dino, and you put the regular Strange with Dino, I guarantee you that I'm not gonna get chomped as many times as that other guy's gonna get chomped. That's not fair. You guys can't do that. That is rule number one of tier list. We can't say one character deletes another character because that's skill gap. I think there's only a few interactions where like someone can't really play the game like at all, but it's very few far in between. And I think for Doctor Strange, again, it's just all about spacing and footsies. As long as you don't get close to that full, he shouldn't be able to bite you. I remember someone telling me Rogue was bad into Dino, and then I played Rogue into Dino. I didn't have an issue at all. I do think he's A. I definitely think he's better than Cap, but I don't think he's super strong. There's been a lot that they took away from him. They try to give him some more, but just, it's fine. Again, A is not even bad. B is not bad. It's just, you know, relative to everybody else on the list. That's all. Okay. Next we have Groot. Chat, I'm not gonna lie. I barely see this character. Like, I see him, but not as much as the other seasons. I feel like... Bro, I feel like I used to see him so much. He gets team-ups and he just isn't seen anymore. And if I do see him, I don't really see him as a threat. I wonder if it's because I play Jubilee, so I just hop over walls or I just shoot him. I notice a lot that a lot of these Groot players are missing ults. I don't really know if they changed anything about the ultimates, but I did notice that that has been something that has been frequently happening. He has this new heal wall, but well, it's not new, it's what he used to have, but I think they buffed it when it's enhanced. They have the little Juff bubble. I mean, I just don't think that, bro, he's just, I don't know. Okay, so I always tell you guys this. I always say Groot is one of those skill check tanks where it really depends on how good or bad your teammates are. At the end of the day, if they don't know how to deal with the walls, you're probably gonna lose. I had a Magneto on my team during stream, if you guys watched it, where whenever he got walled up, he would back up into the wall. Now, anybody with a brain knows that Groot does not wall off an entire lane, yeah? You just kind of walk to the left or you walk to the right and you will eventually find there's no more wall. This particular player kept walking backwards into the wall, not maneuvering at all. In that person's mind, Groot is OP. In that person's mind, Groot is OP. But should you know how to play against Groot, I feel like he falls off drastically. One thing though, his ult is one of the most craziest ults in the game, and I think it's one of the most game-winning ults in the game. However, it really is only strong if you combine it with someone else's ult. If you guys ever been Groot ulted before, and you notice your team is smart enough to turn around and destroy the wall, what damage does Groot do? So not only does he have two team ups that are kind of just whatever in terms of being able to take out a team, he didn't really get anything that allows him to just roll over a squad. He's easily countered if he doesn't have anybody to play around him. You know, he needs Emma to grab people. He needs Bucky to grab people. He needs Wolf. He needs someone to displace. He needs to be able to have a really good map so that you can't walk out. It's not just about Groot. It's about what sets him up for success. And you need to have a good map, a good team, and the enemy team needs to suck. If those three things aren't going to happen, you're probably not going to do well. And I think some of the characters like Punisher has gotten an easier way to destroy his walls. So I mean, I just think as seasons go, this character just gets easier and easier to understand. I'm going to put him where Cap is, because a lot of the frustration about Groot is really just the walls. But that's frustration. That's not OP. That's frustration. Should you know how to play against it, it's not a problem. So I'm gonna put him at B. Next we have Hulk. All right, Hulk mains. Look, let me be honest with y'all. I'm about tired of y'all getting buffed every single season. Y'all have been getting buffed every single season for God knows why. I don't know if they just feel bad y'all don't get no skins. I don't know what it is, but y'all have been buffed consistently, I think, throughout every single season for the past like 3. Like, what in the world, bro? So, one of the main things that I actually think is really big with Hulk is his ult form allows this guy to carry games like nothing. Like, it actually allows this guy to run over games for free. They added a conversion difference for his shield. So when he puts his shield up, he gets more ult charge from that shield. Coming into the season, there's a lot more abilities flying around. Therefore, he gets to be able to get the maximum value out of that shield without really much patience. Like, you can just throw it out and everybody's shooting you. You also have the cap team up, which reduces your cooldowns, which then makes it so you do the same thing again. Now, I always say there's 2 different Hulks. There's the Hulk that can carry a team fight in Ultimate, and then there's the Hulk that's just, you know, a disruptor. If you could carry a team fight with Hulk, every single team fight with Monster Hulk, the character is beyond busted. But I know majority of players can't do that. It is very difficult to do. I'll also say Hulk hasn't really been just being ignored as much as the Thing has been. I remember in previous seasons, that was one of the things that I really thought was insane, that he could just hop in and out for free and not really get punished. And it doesn't happen anymore. People shoot this guy. Like, actually, people just shoot the Hulk now. And maybe not every team, but most of the time, this fool jumps in, and if you mistime your bubble, you're gonna get destroyed. You're not hopping out. So players have gotten better. If we could just do that to the Thing and do that to Thor, we might be getting somewhere player base. But those 2, for some reason, could still survive everything and not be shot at for some reason. All in all, I think this character is pretty solid. I am going to put him at A. I think this is probably one of the best dive tanks in the game. Pound for value, just because you don't really need to be an expert at Hulk to get value out of him. You don't really need to be an expert at Hulk to understand how to play him. You know, a lot of Hulk's gameplay, and anybody who mains Hulk probably will tell you, a lot of Hulk's gameplay is about being able to pilot the character. It's not necessarily being able to decide what to do and when. It's more about being able to pilot him. Can you move him? Can you jump him there? Especially in ult form. Can you move him? If you can move him, everything else kind of just trickles and falls into place. If you struggle with how to move him, then you're gonna have a problem. All in all, I think it's a really solid character, and I think he's always going to be solid, no matter what. He's just a really good character. Magneto. All right, y'all, I've been seeing a lot of Magneto. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Magneto has been very, very strong lately. And I don't know if it's because players are just really good with him now, or this character has started to see like a lot more play. But I do remember in the previous seasons, this character, everybody sucked with him. But now all of a sudden, everybody knows how to use him. I haven't used this character this season, so I can't really tell you if the team up that he got made him easier to play, but I will say his ultimate is now easier to use. They sped it up in terms of being able to launch it from 0 to 100 real quick, and then they also made it so it lasts longer in his hand. That's like 2 safety nets for you as a Magneto ultimate player, that you should not really be missing anything. The rest of his kit, pretty similar. The only thing will be different is his team ups. Again, I haven't really played him in this season like that, so I mean, I don't really know how much power his team ups are, but I've noticed a lot of Magneto players are landing their shots now. A lot of them are landing their shots now. They aren't missing as much. It's easier for him to get picks, and I don't know if they buffed his damage. I don't know if they made it so his hitbox is bigger whenever he uses his team up. Like, I don't really know these things, but I have noticed the frequency of them getting picks, no matter how crap they are getting a lot more picks than they used to get. And one thing that I did say is that tanks are getting the ability to be able to destroy teams now. They're not just there waiting for ultimates. They can actually pump out damage should you let them. And that's what I've noticed with Magneto. A lot of players that are playing him now, they're very good at hitting shots, and I don't really know why, but they are. The ultimate grandpa mag is easy S or A. Okay. I never put him in S or A before because most players couldn't play them. But now because people are playing him well, I feel like he is warranted for a little boost. You know what I mean? I have banned Mag one game. I was tired of him getting picks on my back line. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Is it so that the team up is what's letting them get these free picks? All right, I would usually put him at B because people couldn't pilot him well. But I'm starting to see even low ranks cook with this character. So we're going to put him at A. We're going to put him at A. Because the better you get with this character, the stronger he becomes, which is fair. But I'm starting to see that he's having more power even in lower ranks. And that means a lot. If the character is doing well in low ranks, bro, the character something must be going on with him. Next we have Penny. So Penny is kind of like a permaban character for me. I think Penny is broken at every single rank. There's not one, unless you're probably Eternity or one above all. There's not really a rank where I feel like this character is... Not really a rank where I feel like this character is bad. She has also the rocket team ups now. She has the shield. I don't really see people use the shield anymore. They did when it first dropped, but then they don't use it anymore. They usually just use the rocket team up. But I don't really think you need the rocket team up unless you have rocket, right? Because it doesn't do anything other than give you the armor packs, which is kind of like whatever. Might as well have a shield. But teach their own. This is pretty similar to Groot in the form of like, if your team doesn't understand how to deal with them, she just kind of automatically wins. But she has that 3-second stun thing that she has. Oh my god, that's OD. If she can land that repeatedly, she's very, very strong. I'm gonna put her S. I think this character stays dominating. Her win rate is always extremely high every single season. I don't really, bro. Let me be honest. There ain't even no reason to talk about that character. This character wins more often than not, even by doing nothing. I think that really goes to show that character is a little bit too easy to play and gives too much value. Thor. So Thor has been getting a lot of talk lately. And a lot of the talk that this character has gotten is about his Living Dead. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I just call it that. His Living Dead team up. When the season first dropped, that's all Thor players just took it. And as it kind of progressed a little bit, I started realizing that Thor players don't even know how to use that team up. What they'll do is they'll just kind of like, they'll go in and then that's it. You know what I mean? They'll try to run out before they get KO'd, and then they're just zombie mode and they're way too far away from the team. Or they heavy engage without being able to get a KO. It's basically like, that team up is only good if you know how to use it. Otherwise, it's just, you're feeding, bro. There's not really much you're doing other than feeding. His other team up with Angela is pretty decent. But again, I don't really see people use that either. I don't really see people use team ups on Thor that well. That really goes to show something. Most Thor players don't really play. They only really play him to shove, I've noticed. There's no awakening cycling. There's nothing. They just kind of shove you around and then get KO'd. I always thought Thor was broken. I always thought Thor was OP. But I don't think that his team up makes him any better than what he was. He's still the same character. People still do the same thing on this character. The only real way that his team ups work, because they're not passive, they're active, which means that you have to intentionally be trying to use that team up. So you have to anticipate that I'm going to get KO'd. So then you're going to have to try to secure an assist or secure another KO. You have to anticipate how you're going to dive with his spear, right? Especially if you want to get the reset on your awakening. Even people with Lord icons on Thor, they don't really play him that well. That doesn't mean that the character sucks. It just means they don't really play him that well. Thor and OP in the same sentence? Look, yeah, I always thought Thor was OP. There's characters in this game that I always think is OP. My chat's always like, or my community's always like, bro, Poplin, you're stupid. It's like, look, yeah, I know, but y'all trolling. So we are going to put him where we always put this character, an A. But I actually think he is probably the best one, an A. Is that Cope? Is that Cope? Is Hulk better than Thor? Surely not. And I don't think Doctor Strange is better than Thor either. Like, Thor is stupid. You think Hulk is better than Thor? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, look, Thor gets value just by existing. Hulk doesn't get value by existing. The dude has to play the game. Hulk players just, or not Hulk, Thor players are just there and it works. Have you seen a Thor play just in your backline for free and nobody shoots this guy? We might move it around. But we're gonna keep him there for now. All right, next we have Venom. So Venom has definitely been getting a lot more play lately. Like, this fool is being played almost every single game. When we were shown the Phoenix team up, I straight up said, this is gonna be a problem, because what made Venom balance was the fact that he literally misses his shots when he dives and latches onto you. But the Phoenix team up makes it impossible for him to miss, because literally it's an arc of a swing, like it's like that, right? Combine that with melees, he should be able to get a one shot off almost every single time that he dives. And the thing is, they also made it so he can lifesteal. They also made it so that he has more HP. Like, they made it so his latch is slow, I think for like 60%. Like, the character has so much, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. Like, okay, before, yeah, he might needed a little this, a little bit that, a little bit that, a little bit that. But like, the fool has a 6-second dive, knock up, suck in ability. Like, when he dives you, he pulls you in. He then can latch you and slow you for, again, I think about 60%. If it's not 60, it's 40. Or 35. I think it's 60. Or 40. He has an anti-buff. When he ults, the dude can anti-heal you. When he ults, the dude is chomping off half the HP of your tanks. He has a one-shot capability. If he gets buffed with ulting, this dude just does so much. He also can't be ignored, because he will destroy your backline with this Phoenix team up. Because he can't miss. That's the only thing that was going for him, is that he misses his shots. But he's not missing his shots no more. So every time you dive, you have to pay attention to this guy. The problem is that you can't leave him alone, but you also can't focus this guy because the team is going to shoot you. So, like, you have to be so coordinated to deal with this fool. It's insane. Okay, if we were saying the power spike of Venom solely, I don't know if I would say that he's really strong if we were to put it in a funnel. But putting everything that he does on top of each other, with the fact that his team can capitalize on whatever he does, that's pretty crazy. And the other thing is, he's a big character. So it's not like you could shoot around him. He is huge, dude. Like, you are clipping this guy regardless. Like, if he is in front of you, you can't move. If he latches onto you, you can't outrun him because he's slowed to you. A lot of players don't even know how to break the tether. I think Venom is actually in a really good spot right now, for sure. This character is busted. The thing is, it's not just about how Venom can get value. He just provides free value. He is like one of the most free value heroes in the game. And like I said, the 6-second knockup is ridiculous. Ain't no character got a 6-second knockup. and suck in? Bruh. What? And you get overshield? Like, dude, the only thing that makes this character... Oh, yeah. And they didn't tell you this in the patch notes, but I did find out because I'm used to... Maybe they did it a couple of patches ago. But basically, he now has CC immunity when he slams. And like Papa, he always has CC immunity when he slams. He did. When he slammed and went into a little pancake, dude was CC immune. However, he is CC immune for, I think, 0.5 seconds after he is able to move and walk around and play the game. Which means that if Venom wanted to slam out, hit you for a second, and dip before that invulnerability goes away, he is not getting crowd controlled. I don't know when this happened. I don't know if they did it and they just snuck this buff in on Venom. But that also makes it very easy for this character to be played, because you could just hop in, do something, swing out, and you're not going to get punished. Whereas before, you would get slept, you would get grabbed, something like that would happen, but you're immune now for that duration. It's actually kind of wild. So with all of that this fool has, dude, like, this character is broken. This character is broken for how easy he is to play. Would I be playing him? Probably not. I used to play a lot of it, but he's just too slow for me. Bro is fat, but he is very good. And like I said, it's not just about KOs, it's about getting value. I think a lot of people think that tier lists are all about being able to get KOs fast. No. There's a lot more to a team-based game than KOs. And the fact that this fool could sit back in that back line for that long, and the Phoenix tether makes him more of a threat, because it's no. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That character is busted. The Thing. Look. I don't know. I told you guys this before. I told you guys this like 2 days ago, and I said I was gonna do a tier list. I was like, I don't actually know if the thing was good or if people just suck. Have y'all seen this guy just like run out of team, bro? Oh, true. Don't forget tank pool. You're right. Like, I don't know if people just suck or if this character is actually strong now. Because this guy, his flame on team up is kind of busted. I'm not gonna lie, but this guy is like frontlining in 6 players, and then walking past tanks. It's just chilling. And then you start looking, he just runs away, or he hops away. Like, he's getting value for no reason. It's like Penny but melee. Like, why did we not shoot this dude? Why are we reverting back to not shooting this guy when he dives your backline? Bro is just able to walk to the backline like he's invisible. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. But the thing that the Thing was always good at is like breaching, right? It's kind of how his kit works. If you think about the Thing, he's like a battering ram. He's designed to like breach. Like, should they be holding really hard, he should be able to get in there and breach it. He should be able to back the tanks off. He should, he should be able to do what he does. I don't think what he does is OP. However, that flame up team up does do a lot of damage, especially to the back line. So if he is able to get to the back line, I think he is cooking. But a lot of what I've seen is just this character being able to play for free. If the character's not able to play for free, the character gets melted and deleted. So Thing is able to run people over until like GM or Celestial, and then he starts falling over. Is that a fact? He's a joke on approach and retreat, but if he puts hands on you, it's a wrap. I think people start noticing a little bit too late when the Thing is on you. Blind and shoot the rock, fair. I mean, next to Devil Dinosaur and all the visual stuff, he is kind of small and hard to see. Don't, Silver Soul, don't be giving these people the outs. Don't be giving these people the outs. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? All right. Because I know for a fact that when I go into this character and I play tank or I play strat, he does a lot of stupid stuff. Like, he does a lot of stupid stuff. But if you know he's gonna do that, he's not a problem. I think sometimes players may not think about how to counter people, and they just think about the issue rather than the solution. The thing is gated by range. He can't hop to you if you're too far away. So if you're a strat player getting dope, but the thing probably should back up a little bit more, right? If you're a tank player or a DPS that gets grounded, you probably should wait before you go in. Like, a lot of what he does is really just, you could play around the character. And I also think into poke, this character is probably not going to survive anything. He's not that good. He's gonna get melted. So I'm gonna say he's a solid pick. I'm just not gonna put him in the A because he can't really deal with everything. You know what I mean? But I do think he is strong. I do think he is a good character to play, but he is weak to some things, and if players are smarter than you, you're probably not gonna do that well. He's like one of those characters that just get away with just stomping clueless players, I guess. Oh yeah, we're supposed to do Deadpool. Where is he? Oh, never mind. We haven't gotten to him yet. All right, Emma. Miss Frost. Miss Frost. So with Emma, she has received a lot of buffs lately, and that ice wall, I'm not gonna lie, has been tremendously oppressive. I don't like that team up. I didn't like it before, but now she has an ice wall for free. She's basically Groot, and that cooldown is very, very low. And I think we should petition to remove that team up. I think we should petition to remove that team up because it's OP. No, I always thought Emma was super well-rounded. There's not really, I mean, the only thing that Emma really struggles into is poke. And it's not even like good poke. It's more of like, ricochet poke. So like Moon Knight, like AoE, Squirrel Girl, Cyclops. Like anything that is AoE, Phoenix is a good one. Anything that's AoE that's poke, that's what she truly struggles into. But the regular poke, like Hela, or I guess Phoenix actually isn't really that crazy of an AoE. Basically, if she can block it, she's chilling, is what I'm trying to get at. If she can't block it and it is damaging her at the same time as she's trying to move, she's just obliterated. So it's kind of similar to Strange, except Strange has like a full body shield, so he could pretty much block whatever he wants to block. Hers is different. If you guys play him, you guys know hers is different. So a lot of the stuff that is AoE or Ricochet capable, they tend to go around it. They get to go under it. They tend to she has a really hard time dealing with that, and she can't reach that target either because she's her beam doesn't go that far. Now I will say that is very map dependent, because most of the time that's not a problem. And we did have our little Emma arc. I actually really enjoyed the character. I just don't like how slow she is. And I don't like that she can't run around like Cap. That being said, she did get the additional ability to take the crystal, have it on a shorter cooldown, which I think is really strong. She also had the ability to slow people, which I don't think I don't think the slow is as crazy as I initially thought before we actually got to play the game. It's cool, but it's nothing crazy. She's still really good at punishing. She's still really good at one banging. And I think if you are a player that generally likes to punish people for making a mistake, she's like a Street Fighter or a second character. If you like to punish people for making a mistake, her kit is designed to do that. Her shield can block off heals or things like that should the tank want to be overextending. The crystal's a very good poke deterrent. So if somebody tries to pressure your team, you grab a crystal. They have two choices: continue to fight and probably get lit up, or run away. In which case you just hold up that push. The beam is very good to charge on some of these big characters, like the Thing being played now, Thor being played. She also has the ability to open a diamond, which then punishes people for overextending and stuff like that. One thing that I've noticed though is a lot of Emma players this season haven't really been using her kit that way. They've been just kind of like spamming. So I think her kit is probably one of the most versatile kits in the game. It requires practice to really get it down. Her ultimate's really good too. I'm gonna put her. Chat, y'all might be like, this is cope. This is cope. I'm gonna put her at. Chat, Emma is good, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Emma is like really good. Emma is good, bro. I think something like that. Strange is just good at everything, bro. Strange is never bad. Like, I know some of you guys gonna be like, Poppin', you BSing right now. Bro, Strange is never bad. Like, this character can do anything he wants to do. Does he have hard matchups? Bro, every character in this game has hard matchups. But, like, he can do everything. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I think this is a pretty solid lineup. We sticking to this. Orsai, what's up? Hello. Ultimate, what's up? Freddy, what's up? I don't know if I said what's up to you. Puka, what's up? Why is Penny S tier? Don't troll me. Don't troll me, you Penny main, you. All right, where's Deadpool? Oh, he's down there? Angela, bro. Angela. Let's talk about freaking Angela. Dude, let's talk about this freaking character, dog. Please, let's talk about Angela. My God. Angela has been such an issue because she is like old school Cap, where people just don't pay attention to him. But people shoot Cap now. People really struggle with Angela. Like, really struggle with Angela. And I think one of the things that makes it crazy, and I don't know if this is true or if it was just, maybe I thought it was true, but whenever she uses her clone, does she go invisible for a second like Loki? I can't tell, but I feel like she does. But I don't want to put the words in my mouth, but it looks like she does. And there's so much going on sometimes I just can't tell if but I don't know if she actually goes invisible. Okay, she does? Okay, that's what that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, that's got to be reworked. There ain't no way she should be a tank. Nah. That right there, that team up right there is what sends her over the top. That team up is so strong for a multitude of reasons. Not only can you grab people with that said team up, but you can chain grab with that said team up. You also can distract and be safe with that said team up. Like, there's so much you can cause so much chaos. It's kind of crazy. Not only that, if it's Loki's pick, you get two of them. I don't think her damage is a problem. Even though they did kind of buff her ground gameplay. She kind of tanky, I'm not gonna lie. But she is a very she used to be, her role used to be kind of like a tank assassin. So basically, as her, you're looking for someone to be isolated, or you're looking to try to make someone isolated and KO them, or you are looking to disrupt the team and then make it so that somebody's out of position in a weird way when the fight starts. That's kind of like one of the two things. She would do one of the two. Now, she is basically tanking fights without it being there, because you don't know which one is which. That is such a crazy concept. And you could try to figure out which one is which, but if it's a good Angela, you won't know which one is which. You won't know if she threw the clone or if she threw the real one. And the thing is, you can guess. You can guess and say, oh, let's leave that alone. It's a clone. But then it's the real Angela, and you said to ignore it. Like, nah. The other team up is pretty cool too, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near as strong as her clone team up. That's ridiculous. I think what they will end up doing is reducing the carry range on the clone. I think that they won't allow it to drag so far, or if they do that, they'll make the stamina be like the you know, it's the dash stamina that she has, so it'll be depleted off clone launch or something. Because they also didn't they also make it so she can move faster? It's the cooldown for her spear is now 6. Like, yeah, no. This character is nasty right now. This character is nasty right now. She is really good. That being said, it's 4 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. She's really good. She's really good. Would I put her at S? I feel like S is reserved. I can't just be putting people on S for no reason. I think she's a solid A. I think she's a solid A. The reason, if what she did was very easy to pull off, I'd put her in S, no problem. The thing is, that requires you to be good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you still gotta be good with Angela. I don't care how stupid and impressive that team up is. You still can't just mindlessly play Angela and expect to win. It's not gonna happen. But that is busted. It is very strong. But because you can't just mindlessly do it and get away with that, I don't think she should be any higher. All right, Rogue. So Rogue has been getting a lot of crazy team ups. She has the mag, which I don't really ever see people use, and then she has the Gambit team up that turns her kind of into a little Super Saiyan. I don't really see her that often, but I don't think she's changed since last season. I think she's pretty much the same character that she has always been, and I am pretty sure that nothing kind of goes changed. I'm not even gonna spend too much time talking about her. I'm gonna just put her at B. I think Cap is better than Groot. Is that Cope? The thing about Rogue is, like, yeah, that's kind of Cope. Ain't no way. The thing about Rogue is, that's kind of Cope too. The thing about Rogue is that she's hard to play. She has a lot of weaknesses. Even if you do get her down, I mean, she used to be a lot of free value. And I remember I talked about this a long time ago. She used to be a lot of free value, but as people got better, as she's been in the game for a little bit longer, and then of course, as these team ups drop, she kind of just gets hit with a lot of collateral damage, and it's kind of hard for her to play the game. I still think she's good, but she just has to be played in the right hands, you know? And characters like that are just pretty much solid characters. They're not bad, they're not great. They're just good until you get better with them. That's all that it is. And I think that's just kind of like my thoughts on Rogue. Next, we have tank pool. Chat, honestly, I don't even have anything to say. Can y'all do this one? Chat, what y'all thinking? Bro. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where this fool goes. Let me be real. Every time I see this character, he sucks. Every time I go against this character, he sucks. Every time he's on my team, he sucks. Every time, like, his character's just garbage. Delete him. Just delete all 3 of his roles. I don't know. Is he still good? Where are we? Like, where does this guy even go, bro? I don't even have any input. Like, honestly, DPS Deadpool is kind of OD though. I'm not gonna lie. But tank and strat, bro. Put him at C? Is he actually C? Is he actually C? No way. No way dude fell from grace that hard. Is he actually C, bro? Nah. Nah, ain't no way. Is anyone backing him up, chat? Is anyone backing him up? Is he C? Are we agreeing with this? Is he gonna be our first C? I do know the hella sword and guns are pretty cool, but I don't know if that makes or breaks him. Dude, C seems like a crazy pick though. But I don't really have any arguments because he sucks at every game. So I don't ever have a problem with the character. Like, I think sometimes, I don't know. I don't ever have a problem. The hype is Venom and Tank Pool are best in slot, assuming Penny is banned. Well, Venom I can understand because character is just kind of mindless right now. But Tank Pool, best in slot, I don't know. I feel like people who say things are best in slot, they're thinking about players who actually main the character. They're not thinking about players who just don't have 1,000 hours into them. You know what I mean? Like, bro, an average Deadpool player is not best in slot. I'm not saying someone who doesn't know how to play him, but an average Deadpool player is not best in slot. That's cap. That's not how tier lists work. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, this guy, rank 10, one above all, Tank Pool, he's dominating. Therefore, Tank Pool is busted because that guy. No, dude. That's one player. You can't be making tier lists off of that type of nonsense. Oh no, that guy is super good at cap, so cap is easily S tier. No, brother. Well, that pro player played Mag and he's no. That's not how tier lists work. You can't be just putting it on people who are godlike and saying that's the strength of it. I always thought when people say stuff like that, it's kind of wild to me. You would put him in B or C? See, I was thinking low B too. I thought C was a little bit rough. I was thinking low B as well, like a B minus. C is scary. Like, C is like bad. Like, you don't have no value. Like, I think there's value with Tank Pool. I just don't really see it unless they're good. You think Strat Pool is stronger? Bro. Banned. Someone ban him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust that he's just straight up C. But I do think he doesn't bring as much value as he used to be. As he used to bring. And then last but not least, we have Dino. Okay. I don't know. This one was very hit or miss for me. I feel like whenever I see a Dino, bro is free food. Bro is either a resource hog on my team, or the dude is a bullet sponge on the enemy team and this guy's destroyed. Like, whenever he plays the game, bro is just eating shots. Like, I'm happy when I see a dino on the enemy team, because that means I don't have to aim well to do damage. Like let me be honest. When he's on my team, I'm happy that I don't have to aim well to heal him. So, you know, it's a mutual relationship here. It's a mutual relationship here. Sometimes I don't be having the best aim, and having him in the game makes it so that I feel like I do. That is what I'm trying to get at. I never thought he was really broken on release. I know a lot of people told me that he was, but I never thought that he was. But I don't really ever see Dino players do that well. Like, I don't ever really see him do well. Ever. He isn't bad, but he just doesn't really pop off. And then I think if you go triple shot, isn't this guy just cooked? I know the Punisher team up made him way better, though. I know the Punisher team up made him way better, though. I mean, the goal of him is to really just... He's kind of like a pseudo Emma, in a way. But just not as effective. You know, he's there to kind of catch you slipping. There's a lot of value with being able to punish, but he doesn't have a lot of value with doing anything else unless you know what you're doing. I'm gonna put him... I think I'm gonna put him in front of Groot. I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with this. Because he's not bad, but he's not really that great. And really, he only is good if you're good. But that doesn't mean a character is bad. That just means the player has to be good, right? Characters that are really easy, that generate value, shouldn't really exist. And that's what these two are right now. If you are really difficult to play and generated no value, you'd probably be D. The ones in B are pretty much the characters that are kind of just like, they're there, you know? Not really bad or good. The better you get, the more they bring, but for the most part, they're kind of just there. A's are like, you can probably get a lot more value even if you don't really know too much of what you're doing. And then S is just, you just permanently get value, and it's kind of like stupid. So okay, the thing is only strong in low ranks though. The thing is only strong in low ranks and when there's no poke. That's the thing. It's like, he's only strong if you don't pay attention to him. That doesn't mean that he's a strong character. That means people don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's weak though. Again, B doesn't mean weak. But overall, if we're talking about all ranks, this character will fall off. He has always fell off, you know? I don't think Dino is that good. Maybe you're right. I actually think Thing is better than Groot. But I don't know if... Maybe you're right. Is that better? Because I don't really think that Dino is better than Cap. Like, Dino can counter these two, sure. But I think Cap generates more value very easily compared to Dino. And I think Rogue does as well. And then Groot obviously does. And I think Thing is easier to pilot than Groot, Rogue, and Cap, and gets way more value than those three without having to work. I do think he's better than Deadpool, though. Dino needs a buff? Dino needs a buff. What would you buff on Dino? What would you buff on Dino? Oh, what would you buff on Dino? Hold on, we gotta give Amber the floor. What would you buff on Dino? He does chase you. Dino will chase a cat, bro. Dino likes chasing divers. I don't know if people I don't know if that's a forgotten or not a forgotten. I don't know if that's what is it? When it's a written rule, unwritten rule. I don't know if it's an unwritten rule or whatever, but Dino players are chasing divers. Bro. I've never seen a tank chase so much. You don't even have to move. If you stand behind him and he knows you're there and you make a noise, he instantly reacts. The Dino players be some chasers, bro. They instantly react. Oh my god, it's hilarious. They give him a knockdown for his beam. Either make bleed flat damage or decrease shield CD back to 10 seconds. More survivability. I mean, he already has like 800 HP, yeah? Why would he need more survivability than Groot? Groot literally can't move. Dino's been promoted to anti-diamond thing is banned. Yo, fair. You'd rather have a tank pull on your team than Dino? Yeah, you're trolling. You're trolling, Savage. All right. We're hopping into the DPS. Black Panther. All right. So BP has gotten the team up that allows him to dash a lot more frequently, which is really good, honestly. He's able to mark multiple people. And it might seem OP, but his spear does the exact same thing, so it's not as OP as it might seem. What was his other team up that he has? Oh, the magic one where he like teleports backwards. And yeah, okay. So the thing about BP is they gave him more tools to be in, but they did not give him more tools to get in. And BP has always had an issue getting in. It's not about staying in. If BP is in, regardless of if he got these team ups or not, BP would be in. The issue is getting in with this character and not getting marked on your way or getting caught or whatever that is. So although these team ups are very good for him to continuously play instead of having to leave instantly, it doesn't change the fact that he has to still approach properly. And I always said BP was a noob stomper. He's always been a noob stomper. People never really agreed for some reason, but the character would stomp low ranks. It's just free. But as you get to probably about high Grandmaster, this character stops being able to just do things for free. He will get targeted. He will get marked. He will get locked. Even with the team up that allows him to play more, even with the team up that allows him to go back in time and go back, he's not just playing for free. Those type of Black Panther players are very good Black Panther players, and there's not a lot of very good Black Panther players. It's just a lot of regular Black Panther players. You know what I mean? So I would say a lot of people who think that Black Panther is just a way more of an issue this season than last season is only because he hasn't been picked. You have to remember that some of these characters seem like they're more of an issue because they start getting more of a play rate. It does not mean that they have been stronger. They're just being played more. Black Panther was one of those characters that stopped being played for a very, very long time. Not necessarily because it's bad, just because, well, maybe some people thought he was bad, so they didn't play him. There's been other characters that have been releasing, and Black Panther just kind of fell behind. He wasn't really that fun to play. But as he gets team ups, he became a lot more fun. He became a lot more approachable. Everybody wanted to try him. His play rate increased. Therefore, it looks like he's more OP, but it's just because you see him more often. But he still was always that Black Panther before. I haven't really struggled with this character, and I haven't had to play any different this season. Now, that's my personal preference. That's how I personally feel. It does not feel like this character has been able to pull off anything any different than he has before. If you're out of position, he's cooking. Period. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to put him where I always put him. There was one season where I put him at B. And I don't remember why. I think there was one season where it was like really hard for this character to play. But I'm usually putting him at A. That's where I'm going to put him. My team just falls apart when BP shows up. Yeah, you see, that's not a BP problem. That's your team. But you also don't get past Diamond. So a lot of the things that you experience is because the players in Diamond aren't good. You know what I mean? I do want to play more BP this season. So you guys might see that. I don't know though, because we got Jubilee and then we got the Hood coming out. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I want to do this season, bro. Black Widow. So Black Widow's gotten changed, and I've actually been seeing her pop off, believe it or not. But I don't know if she's popping off or if people just don't know how to play in the poke, because I also noticed a lot of players don't know how to play in the poke. Like at all. At all. So tanks don't know what to do, strats don't know what to do, DPS don't know what to do, bro. Everybody is confused on how poke actually freaking functions. That being said, I don't think they gave her anything crazy. I don't think that she... The change was more about being functional, not necessarily about her strength, because I don't think Black Widow was bad. I always thought she was pretty decent. But it just kind of made her a little bit easier to play and a little bit more battle friendly. That being said, this one's kind of rough because the Black Widows that I've seen do well were Smurfs, and the Black Widows that try to play that aren't Smurfs did horrible. So I actually can't tell you how she would function in a high rank lobby with other high rank players that know what they're doing versus how she functions when she's smurfing. But just based off what I been encountering, I think she's very easy to deal with should you know how to deal with her. And unless she's getting pocketed or something like that, then you know it's a problem. But even then, I don't really think her snipe potential is like that strong right now because she can't scope. So you got to be on point. When she ults though, it's dangerous. I'm gonna put her... Chat, this might be cope. Chat, this might be cope. This might be cope. This might be cope, chat. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put her at A. I'm gonna put her at A. I'm gonna put it at A. The reason why is because she actually provides a lot more value than what she provided before. Before, Black Widow's value was only if you can land shots, but it does not matter anymore if you can land shots or not, which means she then becomes more of a character. Being able to slow players is insane. The amount of damage that she puts is very strong. Her ultimate is very good. That is a team wiper. She didn't usually have a team wipe ultimate, but that ultimate now is a team wiper should you be able to land your shots. She has a way to get in and get out. Should she want to use her stuff to get out, she can. She should want to use her stuff to get in, she can. The only thing that I think probably needs to be adjusted is her sweep kick. I feel like she should be able to probably tag somebody and get a KO off of a kick. A lot of the times, if you get kicked and grappled by her, you can survive. I don't think that that's fair. I think if you get close to that, then you should be KO'd. She shouldn't be able to just like let you leave. But aside from that, I actually do think she's a really strong pick. I will say, a lot of the players that are playing her right now, they're either smurfing or they're throwing. But I always told you guys before that I thought Black Widow was already good. I never thought she was bad. People just never played her. So I'm gonna pick this hill and die on it. I think she's A. And you guys might be like, Poppin', I think, bro, I'm telling you, give it about a week or two. Give it about a week or two, maybe even 3. Wait till this next little hotfix or patch rolls out, bro. I'm telling you, the same thing I told you about Mr. Fantastic when people didn't believe me. When he came out, everybody was like, he's so bad. He's so bad. What is he's F tier. I was like, bro, this character's broken. What happens? 3 weeks later. Oh my God, Mr. Fantastic is crazy. Oh my, yes. Yes. He's busted. I think Widow is strong. I don't think the people realize it yet, but it really only is going to show itself if people start playing her. Her pick rate is still pretty low. You don't really see her that often and again unless they throw or unless they smurf. But the kit has to be attracting these players. If you start putting these Hela players on Widow, you start putting these Phoenix players on Widow, you start putting these Cyclops players on Widow, bruh, she's about to pop off. But it really just has to get the play rate, and then she just doesn't have it right now. But she's capable of being busted, so I'm gonna put it there. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. Every tier list we have that pick where Poppin' seems super outlandish. That's gonna be mine. That's gonna be my outlandish pick, chat. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right. So Hawkeye. This one's kind of scary because I do think that Hawkeye, the buff that he got and the team ups that he got, this character's just crazy phenomenal. But I also think that you have to be really good at Hawkeye. Like, you have to be really good at Hawkeye. I have yet to see a Hawkeye that is not good do well. It's kind of similar to how Black Widow used to work, where it's like you have to land your shots to function. Hawkeye's like that, but with the Psylocke team up, it doesn't really have to snipe anymore, bro. It's just launching shotgun shells at this point. Bro, it's Punisher. But yeah, you have to be cracked out of your mind. And I think for a character where you have to be good to be good, is not really a character that we can rate, because that is one of those hit or miss characters. Which means that I think he should be B. He is not bad, but he's not great. I think that you have to be good at him. And the only time you're seeing that is with like a freaking animated Hawkeye or something like that. But having a regular player play Hawkeye, even if it's only they have like 10 or 20 hours on Hawkeye, I guarantee you they don't really do much. This character is a specialist. Like, you have to one trick this character. You have to have a lot of time on this character because a lot of how he works is really situational. A lot of how he works is really about pattern recognition. Like, it's not an easy character to play, even though it might appear like he's busted, especially if you go against one that's like launching freaking dome shots everywhere. If you actually give this character time and you played him, I guarantee you wouldn't be doing anything on the character. I guarantee it. Because that's just how he kind of works, you know? He's really only good if people are bad. I think he's a good character, though. And I do want to play more of him this season. I think his team ups are great as well. But I don't feel confident just saying, oh, this character is really, really good. without being skillful. I don't know. Is that my bias kicking in, chat? I might be overthinking it. I think that might just be bias. Because I actually do think he's better than Widow. But I think he's harder to play than Widow. This crap. I hate DPS tier lists because, like, my God. The amount of butt people that play DPS is insane. But then the amount of good players that play DPS is insane. So it's really difficult to skew it. I'm going to leave it like this. Whatever. We're just going to throw it like that. I think that's what we're doing. We're not going to overthink it. When I start overthinking it, it becomes worse. All right. Hella. Bro, this character's stupid. What am I even umming about? Actually... Man, chat. Okay, I might be being biased. I don't know if she's S. I just don't like this character. I don't know if she's S. She is strong though. This character is giga strong. I don't know. She's so strong though. Her team-ups made her even better. Yeah, nah, she's S, bro. She's S, bro. Chat, I'm sorry, but she's S. There ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm letting that character slide. That character is extremely good. That character is extremely good. That character is extremely good. For Iron Fist, yo, chat, I'm not gonna lie. Between this season and last season, Iron Fist players are garbage. Like, I don't know if it's just the players or if the character just sucks, but like, I'm starting to see the vision that they were all complaining about. Like, Iron Fist players are buns. They don't do anything. They just melt your tanks. But I haven't been really seeing a lot of them. But I've just noticed they haven't done much. I don't know. Honestly, I think that he's just bait. Is that fair? Like, I used to think this character was extremely OP, but now, after all these other characters come out, he's not really that much of an issue anymore. I'm coping. This fool is an A character for sure. He might not be S no more, but he's A. He's going right there behind BP. I'm coping. I ain't putting that fool at B. Character's busted. I'm coping. He is whack against competence. I'll give you that. Man, that one is hard. I'm gonna play BP some more this season. I mean, not BP. Iron Fist some more this season. So when I played Iron Fist, I didn't have a problem. But I'm also a higher rank than the people that I'm playing with. So I might have to play him a little bit more in like higher ranks. It just kind of get a feel for it. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna put him at B. I'm gonna put him at B, chat. I think he's solid. I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's great. I actually think that if you're good, he could be higher. If you're bad, he probably won't be. I can't. I had good faith and just understanding it. I think low rank players are starting to get better, and Iron Fist is not really that good into players that understand. And people are starting to understand him now. So I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna put him at B. Iron Fist. I'm not Iron Fist. Iron Man. Bro, chat, Iron Man's kind of busted. No cap. Iron Man is kind of strong. Diluted, what's up? Hello? We are discussing team-ups. Iron Man is really, really strong. But I don't know if he's strong because he's just uncontested. But I swear this fool's laser does like 3 million damage per second. Maybe Iron Man's only strong in the right comp. What are we thinking? I'm gonna let you guys kind of weigh in more on this one. Like, do you guys feel Iron Man is pretty decent? I'm thinking B. I'm thinking high into B. Because in the right comp, this character's dangerous. But like realistically, he can be shot out the sky. So, and in order for him to beam, he has to be sitting here, which means you're a free food. But I do understand that he's better in low ranks than high ranks. He's always been. But I'm leaning towards B. I don't know. You think Iron Man is C at best? I don't know about C. C is pretty low for him. I think B is I. You think high B, low A? Yeah, I don't want to put him into A because I do think it's situational. I don't really think this fool is like that strong. I think he's strong, like numerical value wise, but depending on how you play him, he might be way weaker. You know what I mean? Like if you really play Iron Man is good. But majority of players don't really play Iron Man like a top Iron Man player, which then drops his value down in terms of his actual fighting drastically. So I'm gonna put him at B. I think but behind Iron Fist though. Next we have Luna Snow. Next we have Magic. So I've been seeing a lot more Magic on PC. I was telling you guys that Magic players on PC really aren't that good to me. A lot of Magic players on PC rely on dive rather than brawl. Whereas on console, they do both. So on console, they'll go for a dive and then they'll assess whether they can stay in or not. And then they'll keep fighting if they can. If they can't, they'll leave. PC players in general would just dive and run away. Like I feel like they associate dive with Magic way more than like the fact that she's capable of playing the game in brawl, and they just don't do it. But with this new team up that she has, I started to see Magic players be a little bit more scrappy, at least on PC, which does close that gap. But most Magic players I do see are smurfing. They're not actual Magic players in that rank. That being said, I still feel like Magic is beyond busted. And I feel like her ability to carry a match is unmatched. So, I'm putting her in S. You guys might be like, Poppin', you're coping. Well, I think she's broken. And I think she'll always be broken. I don't think they play to really do much about it. Moon Knight's been getting a lot more played recently, but I think a lot of his team ups were overrated. Like I think a lot of people thought like, oh my god, you know, the trap is insane. I even thought it was. The trap is insane. His like dash or whatever, like I used to think that, or before we got to play, I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then he got into the game and it's kind of like, well, you're kind of the same that you were before. You're not really much different. You just kind of got a little bit more flavor. You know what I mean? Got a little bit more flavor to savor. So, I still think he's a strong character. I don't think that he's bad at all. I think they gave him a lot of buffs to allow him to not have to flank all the time, and he can play main if he really wants to. Man, this one's rough. S? Why do you think he's S, Keon? Wait a second. Why do you think that he's S? Give me your logic here. Why do you think that he's S? I gotta see this one. Look, change my mind, change my mind, Keon. How is Moon Knight S? What makes Moon Knight S? Cause that's a claim. That's a claim. B tier at best. Look, the thing about Magic, why I say she's S is like, I know why she's S, like, because I play her. She has the capability to just run over an entire team by herself. It's pretty phenomenal. But I can't really get why Moon Knight would be S. So you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me what makes Moon Knight S. He can't play as free as Squirrel Girl? I agree. Once he's marked, it's over. I feel like it's one of those things where if Moon Knight can play for free, the guy's just dumpstering teams, yeah? But should you pay attention to him, or should you just destroy the Ankh, or should you block his shots, or whatever? I feel like Moon Knight's value definitely decreases. He's just more of an annoyance. More of a frustration. Like, they got a Moon Knight. You know? Not necessarily like, get the Moon Knight. It's just more like, you know what I mean? That's just what I see. Crethian, hello. I forgot. I seen your name and I didn't say it because I was in my thought process. But hello. I don't know if you're still here though. I also feel like he's countered by a lot as well. Oh, and Kupo. I didn't say hello to a lot of you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, Kupo and Crethian are two different people. But hello to both of you guys. I totally didn't say hello. I was in my thought. Oh, you meant Magic? Oh, I thought you meant Moon Knight. I was like, Moon Knight S tier, child? No. Okay. We could put Moon Knight, I think. Keon rage baiting? Yeah, definitely. I think that he's like, I'll put him in A. I think he's better than Widow. But I don't actually think that he's a B character. I think he's A. He is strong. But like, he could be taken care of way easier than he used to be. And again, A doesn't mean broken or anything. It just means, you know, strong. And B doesn't mean bad. It just means neutral. It's all relative. That's all. It's not about a character not being playable. I don't even think that's a thing. I don't think characters are ever unplayable. You won't ever hear that from me. Namor. Bro, Namor. Child, I don't think we got to talk about this character. Let's be real with it. Let's be real. I don't even think we need to bring him up. I don't think we need to bring him up. All right, Psylocke. I always thought Psylocke was really OP. And a lot of you guys are like, Poppin', I don't really see what you're talking about. Psylocke is busted. Like, Psylocke has always been busted. She is probably one of the top free DPS to play. And I know some of you guys might be like, Poppin', I play Psylocke, and she's not free for me. I mean, if you are so bad that you can play a free character and generate no value, I don't really know what this... that's toxic. No, but But um the thing, it's not okay. So you are, like I said before, you have two types of Psylocks. You have the ult farmer, which does nothing, and then you have the actual Psylocke player. The actual Psylocke player is ridiculously OP. People don't play her that way though. They just like to farm ult. But if you play her like that, she's crazy. It's kind of similar to Star-Lord. You have the Star-Lord that just fires and looks for ults, or you have the Star-Lord that runs your team down without ults. It's literally the same. Psylocke is really, really, really OP with what she's capable of, but people don't play her that way. And because all the Psylocke players I play against are Smurfs, and or if I play against Psylocke is in the top ranks, I know what she's capable of. This character is stupid and OP. Okay? And y'all might be like, Poppin', I don't know if I can trust your tier list, dog. You're crazy. I might be crazy, but there is no way I am allowing this character to ever be below S tier because she is broken. And I know you guys might hate me for saying that, but I'm sorry. Look, her and Magic, those are the two characters I'm not budging on ever. Those two characters, until I see some substantial nerfs, those two characters are always S on my tier list. I'm sorry. They're never below S. Never below S. That's not being biased. They're never below S. Those two characters are broken, like actually broken. And the thing about Magic, which I never understand, is people are like, Papa, you're coping. Magic's not strong. She has the highest win rate every season. Every season, this character is win rate 1 or 2, right along with Penny. I don't know what game a character has the highest win rate and is bad. Those two things do not correlate. So I don't even want to hear with Magic. Psylocke, you guys might have a case. Magic, always S. Always S. I don't care. Bro, that character's busted. The thing about this, Amber, is it's true. But my tier lists aren't about the average person. My tier lists are usually about the capability of the character being able to provide value in a match. So we're not saying that, oh, this character on a top 500 player is so OP. What Psylocke does at a high level is not hard for an average player to do. They just don't think about it. It's really not. It's really not. And I've coached Psylocke players. And after I tell them how to do it, they start winning like crazy. It's just, they don't really think about it. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's not hard to play Psylocke. You just don't think about it that way. Because you're afraid, or I don't know, whatever reason, you know, they don't play that way. But it is not a difficult way to play. So in good faith and good conscience, I can't put it lower. Knife Wife, what's up? Hello. It's not easy to play Psylocke? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. It's not easy to play Psylocke. What? Every time someone says it's not easy to play something, I play that character for like a few streams, and then I stomp. And then it's like, I say it again, that this character's OP, and then nobody ever battles me on it. Bro, Psylocke is busted. I hate how free that character is. Like I would make it, I don't even know how I would fix that character. That character is just fundamentally strong. I'm coaching on Psylocke. If you can't aim, you can't. She's easy to aim with though. What? She's easier to aim than with Elsa. Elsa's harder to aim with than Psylocke. What? It's so easy to aim on Psylocke. Sai is easy to feed on. I think all DPS that are close range are easy to feed on. Let me be honest. That's not to say that if you are a regular average Joe and you never played Salak before and you hop on her, you're gonna be dominating. That's not what I'm saying. But once you get about 10 to 20 hours on that character, I'd be dang if you should be able to play her. You know what I mean? You say Magic is OP, but I've never seen you do good on her though. It's because you don't watch my stream. 20 hours is crazy? Is it? Cloudy Crow, what's good? Okay. Magic. I mean, not Magic. They Scarlet Witch. I think that new Jubilee team up with Scarlet Witch is pretty. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't think that's the only thing that should be valued to her, because that's not, you know, she's a whole character. But I do like that team up with Jubilee. It's a pretty strong team up. I think God, Lee, I don't know why I keep calling her Magic. I think that Scarlet Witch she's really good into anti-dive, but like as a whole, I don't really think she provides crazy value as a whole. You know what I mean? Like she kind of is specific for what's needed. So if a character moves around a lot, she's really good into it. But like if you put her in the poke, like what does she do? She doesn't really do a lot. You know what I mean? Like, she's better really in the melee heroes than anything else. I don't think she's like bad, but just the overall, I don't think that she's like super strong into it. So I'm gonna put her at B. I do think that she's a good character though. Again, I think all the Rivals characters, I think just all the Rivals characters in general, they're good. They're not like bad. They are good characters. But some just can perform more than others, you know? That's all. But I think she's just really good at what she does. Spider-Man. Wanda's not B. Wanda is B. Savage. Wanda is B. Wanda is B. Don't make me do a Wanda arc, chat. Every time y'all tell me about something, I do an arc. Y'all flame me. I do the arc. I make it work. Y'all are like, okay. It's like, dude, I don't need to keep doing these arcs for you guys. All right? Why don't you guys trust me? Huh? I had 3,000 plus hours on this game. One above all player. I've been top ranked with characters. Okay? I professionally coach League of Legends. Okay? I used to play pro play. Okay? Why don't you guys ever trust me? Why do you guys hate me? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? I'm saying B does not mean like, I don't know how you guys are like gauging it, but you have to understand B is relative to everything. It's not it's not just like, oh, B is the strength number. It's flat. No. B is like neutral. That is when a character is balanced. It's fine. If it's A, it's above balance. If it's S, it's ridiculous. Relative to everyone we put on this list, she is the last one. That makes sense. No? She is B. She is B. That's literally it. A is above busted. All right, Spider-Man. All right, so y'all know I have my Spider-Man arc, bro. We took Spider-Man from Platinum to Grandmaster. We have been through some trials and tribulations with this mask, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all. I used to put him. I don't remember where I would put him. I think I'd put him at B, or he would have his own tier. And that was mainly because the character's value is only generated by how good you are. Now, Then I put on the mask for multitude of that. I could play Spider-Man, but I didn't put that much time into him, like how much I did with the arc that I did. I'm gonna say, bro is S tier, easily S tier, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason that I think is S tier is because I'm just kidding. Spider-Man is not an S tier character. It's far from it. I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna lie, Spider-Man's B. Like, nah, I even want to put him at C. Okay, like, okay. Hold up. Let me talk about this. There's a few reasons. Okay, first of all, Spider-Man makes it so you have a harder time winning just by existing. If you don't frag out, and even if you do frag out, your entire team's gonna blame you, which means that your entire team is already psychologically taking a down. Okay? So just by playing the character, you already have hard matches. Then everything basically counters Spider. Like, there's not a lot of things that does not deal with this character that easily. Now, lower ranked players, they don't know how to handle him. Fair. But majority of players can handle him. And if you've ever been chased by an Angela as Spider-Man, you're probably not playing the game at all. That being said, if you are really good at Spider-Man, the character is kind of ridiculous. He is kind of ridiculous. But there's just a lot of characters in the game now that can just track you. Like there's a lot of characters in this game that doesn't really have to work hard to shoot you anymore. They just get you. You have to be a really, really good spider. But a lot of the times, you guys will notice that players that are like super animated Lord Spiders and know all the cool crazy combos and tricks, they're like Diamond or Grandmaster. Like, they spent more time learning Spider-Man and getting no rank than a Rocket has just by holding and healing thing and just orbing people. You put so much time into a character to generate no rank value. It's kind of ridiculous. So, with that being said, the thing is, I don't actually think he is bad, though. I think he's a balanced character, and he will give you what you put out. Like, whatever you put out, he'll give you. You know what I mean? He is not a character that sucks your energy and doesn't provide. If you tell him to do what he needs to do, he will do it, and he will do it well. It's just not easy to do that. And in a lot of cases, you're already fighting an uphill battle because your team is already upset you're playing Spider-Man, and if you play Spider-Man, you know everybody picks to counter you. You don't even have to be good, bro. Everybody's whipping out Spider-Man counters instantly. It's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna put him at B. I don't actually think he is a bad character, though. I don't think he's just hard. He's just hard. Like, literally. Like, he's just a hard character to play because everything claps his cheeks. You know what I mean? That's it. Squirrel Girl. Chat, Squirrel Girl's broken this season. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, Squirrel Girl's broken this season. I'm not even gonna front. Squirrel Girl's busted. Chat, look. This character has been getting away with too much in my games. This character does way too much damage. She needs a nerf. I don't even know why she's so good all of a sudden. But she needs a nerf. Where is she even coming from with this? Like, how did we just all forget how to play against Squirrel Girl? Bro, she ain't been played for like 2 seasons. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, Squirrel Girl's back. Bro, I'm losing my mind. How would you play into a Squirrel Girl? Like, she is good. She is definitely probably right there with Moon Knight. Honestly, maybe something like this. Squirrel Girl is good, dude. The thing that I think really makes her good is the Iron Man team up. The Iron Man team up allows her to secure KOs a lot easier. And if you've ever played it, you could just poke up a little bit, and then should you be able to secure, you'll fire off that Iron Man team up and you'll get it. But she is a really good character right now. And a lot of the stages that have been recently dropped has been very good for her. I think that people just stop playing her, but I think she's really, really good. I think we move him there. No, that's not right. This? Like that? No, that's not right. This? No, that's not right. That. No, that's not right. They're all really close, bro. They're all really close, bro. They're all really close. I actually can't even. They're like all there. She gained the cute passive and is now invisible, apparently. Yo, swear. I wish more people would swap to flyers versus Squirrel Girl. That's true. She does struggle with flyers. She does struggle with flyers. Yeah, Squirrel Girl is strong. Squirrel Girl is actually really strong this season. Again, I think it's just that Iron Man team up. She's able to secure KOs a lot easier now. Murray, what's up? Okay, and A, you barely see the character anymore. Just because you don't see him doesn't mean he's not strong. All right, Star-Lord. This character's broken. However, I stopped seeing him this season. And I don't know why. I also noticed a lot of people are struggling with securing KOs with his ult. I wonder if it's because Jubilee came out, people are not playing White Fox anymore as much, so you don't have to worry about him destroying. Also, the boost to White Fox's HP, the 200, or not 200, but having 12,000 HP is really good into it because he doesn't burn you out of it easily. People think that he does burn out a Jubilee, but if you throw the ball on yourself, he can't KO you through that. And there's a lot of team ups that kind of make him a little bit less of a pain. A lot of players know how to dodge the ult. Now they usually walk in. I mean, I still hate him. I still hate his ult, don't get me wrong. But he can't play as free anymore. He used to play a lot more freely with his jet, like just boosting around. But I don't usually see him unless he's smurfing. If they're not smurfing, he's kind of like whatever. You're playing for ults. But if you just mitigate the ult or use whatever, like he can't play the game. He can't play the game. So I don't see a lot, but I see a lot of people counterpick into him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like the dude's just not playing for free this season as he was last season, especially with all these team ups. And they adjusted the ult charge, right? Once again. I don't think he's bad though. I'm gonna put him here. I don't know, bro. The thing about Star-Lord is like, you have to, if you one-trick this character, he becomes so much more OP. But I don't want to just rate it based off of one person being like an animated lord. You know what I mean? Like overall, if you have 10 hours versus like 100, like you're a way better Star-Lord player. But I don't know, man. This one's really difficult. I think it's kind of like Iron Fist. It's like, if you play the character a lot, you will have a lot of value. If you don't play them that much, you just whip them out every now and then, you're probably not gonna get that much value out of the character. I think B is good. I think he did drop down a tier this season. I think he did drop down a tier this season. But he's high B. Bro is like A-. But the only reason is because players became a lot smarter in terms of dealing with him. And there's a lot more counter picks to him. There's a lot more overshields. There's a lot more health. There's a lot more just everything to counter the fact that his ult is not really much of a problem anymore. Need a dolphin away in. True. I thought more people would be running revive as well, but they don't. People like the little Groot thing, but I can see it because it's easier to use. All right, Storm. Storm has been getting a lot more play recently. A lot more play recently. And I don't see the Jeff team up as much, but I do see the Lightning one. The hit scan one. I think she's like, I used to put her, I think, at C back then. I think I used to put her at C. But they've been slowly like buffing her throughout seasons. And then all of it just started to power creep into this season once they added the team ups. I think that she's really good when she has a poke comp, obviously. They just sit under her and you guys can play the game for free. I do think her ult is still kind of relatively weak. She doesn't get a lot of KOs off of it. Even with the Sharknado, I think that it's still like doable, no? You guys are thinking B. Well, with the right comp, yeah, she's super strong, but we don't want to rate a character based off them having the perfect setup. I think she's popped up a tier, but I don't think she's in A yet. I think a really good player can make her do well. I think a lot of the Bs are about how skillful the player is. If the player is very skillful, then they become better and they become higher. But just like baseline value, I don't think Storm really generates a lot of baseline value. You have to actually be a Storm player, or at least pretty decent. Otherwise, it's not getting that much value. You know what I mean? The Punisher. Chat, is it Cope? I don't think he's as strong as he was last season. Is it Cope? Am I coping? Dude, is he stronger? Is he stronger? Is he just as strong this season? I feel like he's weaker this season. Y'all think he's S tier? Okay. So, I didn't put Punisher at S tier before because the entire character isn't really that strong. It's his shotgun. The shotgun is ridiculous, but that's only one part of him. However, he did get the team up where he has infinite ammo, which is pretty crazy. And it does have a faster fire rate, which is pretty crazy. However, a lot of the Punishers that I've run into, they were Smurfs. I don't know if that's your experience, but I'm telling you about 90 to 95% of Punishers that I've won against in my games, they were Smurfing. So I actually don't know how much value a regular player in their own rank generates because people don't typically play them in the rank that they are. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. The Punishers that you guys go against, do you guys see them are they your rank or are they Smurfs? Because Punisher on a Smurf is busted, but so is a lot of other characters. I don't really see a regular ranked Punisher really doing much. So this was a little bit tough for me. I think his shotgun is really overpowered. Like, I think his shotgun is really overpowered. But I do think the rest of his kit isn't as strong as that shotgun. So I think we're gonna put him probably at B. Now hear me out. Out of all the games that I've played, he's definitely not a B character. Bro is tip of the A. Probably in the S, but I'm not feeling comfortable putting him in S. So I'm gonna put him at A. Character's busted. Without a doubt. I'm not gonna put him at S only because I know for a fact that the only thing that really makes him strong is he's pocketed, or if he whips that shotgun out. The rest of the kit is more manageable to me, but I don't think he's an S pick. I think he's an A pick. You also have to realize if you guys are one tricks, the only interaction you know into a Punisher is your character into the Punisher. You're not really thinking about the entire roster. So you have to also kind of look at it that way. Like if I were only a one track, if I were only a cat player playing into the Punisher, bro, Punisher would easily be S. But I know how to play the other tanks too. And that's where his value kind of drops. So I do think he is really strong, but I don't think he's an S pick. S characters run lobbies by themselves. Punisher needs to be pocketed or ignored, I think. Punisher ruins basically every single tank except Mag. I think Punisher ruins all the tanks that don't know how to play against Punisher. No. And not knowing how to play into a character does not mean a character is strong. It just means he's hard to play into. You know? I think competent players can always rely on him and add value. That's fair. I don't disagree with that. I think as long as you can aim Punishers, he is useful. He is a strong character. I just don't think he's S. S is for special people. Like S is for the special characters. But I do think he's a tip of A for sure. You think Bucky's underrated? A tier for you? I've been going against some Bucky's with some nasty hooks, bro. I don't know if there's a bug or what, but this fool's been pulling people 3 miles away. I think they sneak buffed his pull. I don't know. I actually don't really have much to say about Bucky. The thing about Bucky is, like, I think that he's really only good if you're good. I don't really see a lot of value from him if you don't really know what you're doing. You know? Like, just a regular Bucky player, I don't really see much. This one's kind of hard for me. I think he's capable of a lot, though. And I think his team-ups are really good. I just don't see too many people utilize him that way. We could put him into A. I agree with that. You could put him into A. I think it's agreeable. Next, we have Wolf. Bro, I haven't seen this character for a while. Do people even play him anymore? Wolverine. He only really generates value if you're good. I think you have to be good at the character for him to work. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no maybes. Like, bro, either you're good at Wolverine or you throw in my lobby. There's no in between at all. Like, just no. You don't generate value unless you play Wolf. Period. It's not like Spider-Man or Iron Fist where you can be kind of subpar, but you still generate. No. Wolf does nothing, bro, if you don't play Wolf or if you suck. I don't think he's bad. I just think that he requires a lot of work. And a lot of the characters being picked now, they're not really characters that Wolverine wants to fight. You know, like think about it. A lot of the characters being played now are really poke heavy. A lot of the tanks being played are immovable, or they have some way to grab them or stop them. You know, or like there's a lot more anti-Wolf just naturally being played than there is just allowing him to exist. You know what I mean? So I think for this season, I'm going to put him as C. And I don't typically do this because I do think Wolverine is a good character. But as I said before, right now, this people are playing what naturally beats Wolf. You know? Like, period. If you look at your history, you'll look at the enemy team comp and you'll be like, oh, well, Wolf probably can't do much there. That's literally, he just naturally is being countered without having people have to try. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. You're going to be going into Hela. You're going to be going into Dashers like Magic. You're going to be going into Psylocke. You're going to be going into Moon Knights. You're going to be going into Panthers. You're going to be going into Punishers. You're going to be going into all these characters that could either dash or one-shot you before you even do anything. You're going to be going into Penny, which he's kind of really good into Penny. I'm not going to lie. But you still have to be able to set yourself up for that success. I just think this is probably one of the only few characters that, depending on how the meta is like happening during that season, he's kind of cooked. I like him though. You guys know I have my Wolverine arc. I do like him, but I just know bro is struggling right now. I don't think he needs a buff. I don't think he's bad. I just think what's being played right now. You also have Flyers being played, Human Torch, Storm, right? You have all these characters that are just like hard for him to do anything to. Spider-Man. You have to be good. You have to be really good to pull him off. It doesn't mean he's bad. It's just he's struggling a little bit. How does Wolf compare to Spider in terms of value for effort? Wolverine is very easy to play. But you don't really have the pound for pound value. Spider-Man has pound for pound value. The more you learn, the better you get. The more you learn, the better you get. Whereas Wolverine is like, the more you learn doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be more successful. It just means I learned some more stuff. I do think he's good though. Like I said, I think he's good. And if you want a one-trick Wolf, I don't think you're going to have a problem. It's just, that is what you're going to have to do because there's so many things that he struggles with this season. Mr. Fantastic. Chat, look, I'm not going to lie. I don't even feel like talking about this guy. This guy's busted. Busted. So P. I don't want to put him at S though. Like, the bias in me wants to put him at S. I'm not going to front, but I'm not going to put him at S. But I do want to put him at S. We're going to put him here. But I want to put him at S. That character is super strong. Human Torch. Human Torch is beginning a lot more play recently. He has that new Jubilee team up. I mean, I haven't seen him use the other one. Is it Storm? Have you guys seen him use that? Now that I think about it, I haven't seen him use it. I've only seen him use the Jubilee. Have you guys seen him use that? You think Torch is S? Is he? Is he S, Cloudy? He is so deceptively strong. It's not that good. I haven't seen anyone take it. It looked crazy in practice, but I never actually used it. I don't know what he'd be doing up there, but it'd be working. Yo, That's so valid, man. It really do be like that, bro. Bro be cooking, but you don't know what ingredients he be using. That's a good one. That's a good one. You think Torch is B? Well, even if they do anchor other characters, we don't want to use that as the value that they're generating. But why do you think that Torch is S, Cloudy? Just slow cooking my whole backline. Yeah, I think the Jubilee team up is really only good when you know you can commit. I don't really think you would just turn it on and fight for no reason. Like, you have to actually commit to the fight and then turn it on. I think it is good. Don't get me wrong, but you have to want to dive with that. I think the burst this season, his constant pressure makes it easy for the rest of the team to get picks. Okay, chat, let me ask you a question. If Human Torch were to be picked in like 90% of your games moving forward, would you find him a problem? Because I think what's happening is that he's not picked often, therefore he doesn't seem like a problem, and that does happen. And then the opposite happens, where something's picked all the time, so it then seems like it's more of a problem than it really is. If Human Torch were to be picked 90% of your games moving forward, would he be a problem? If you had to deal with him every single game, would he be a problem? Because that right there would answer that question. A lot of you guys are saying yes. Jesus Christ, is that real? Is that real? You think it'd be an equal problem with Iron Man? I think the Iron Man can't react so quickly though. Human Torch is fast, really fast. There was a season where Human Torch was played almost every game and people were banning him out. I was banning him out. I don't think it'd be worse, but I start banning Thing. He only goes for DPS and sports mainly. I think that Human Torch is really good. I just think people don't play him. I also think that his damage is really high. I just don't think people play him right. I'm gonna say that I don't know if he's S, Cloudy. I think you reaching. Cloudy, I think you just got some bias. You need to see a therapist and work out. I don't know if he's S. You the homie. But S? That's a stretch, bro. Mr. Fantastic can't even stretch that far. I think he is A, but I don't know if I can push him to S. That's a pretty crazy reach. I think he's good. Like, I do think Human Torch is good. I think the better you are with him, the more OP he is. But the dude provides value. Even not really being that great, the dude still provides value. But I do think he's strong. The thing about Storm is, like, a lone Storm can't really accomplish much, and you have to be really, really good. Human Torch doesn't really have to be that good. Actually, I'm gonna put him here. I think that's a better spot. I don't think he's better than Moon Knight. I don't think he's better than Hawkeye either, but I do think he's better than Widow. He's like the tip of B and the back end of A. Phoenix. Chat, we always butt heads about this one. We always butt heads about this one. You guys say she's OP. I say you have to be a really good player to even be that OP. And every time we butt heads about it. Every time. Every tier list. There's not one tier list we can agree. But I think that she is B. I think that the character is balanced. I think she seems OP when people are very good at her, but that is only the tip of the iceberg. That is not everybody. I think she's B. I think she's B. Like overall, I think she's B. Justify to me why Hella is A and Phoenix is B? You mean why Hella is S and Phoenix is B? Hella is S because their team ups are busted. Phoenix doesn't really have a lot of team ups that are busted. I would have put Hella at A if she didn't have those team ups. Because I put Hella at A, I think, every season. Hella is never really weak. They're just stupid. But with the team ups that she has, she just became way better, way more oppressive. Phoenix just... And Hella's easier than Phoenix, too. It doesn't require that much effort to play Hella. You just spam. Phoenix just... She requires effort. And her team-ups aren't that great. Like, the only Phoenix that you're probably running into that would run your lobby are Phoenix players that are smurfing or they're one-tricks. But that's not really a valid way to say, like, that's a strong person because of that, you know? Well, Phoenix team-ups is better for other people, but we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about how it is for the person themselves. Hella has some really selfish team-ups. Phoenix, her own personal team-ups just aren't that great. Yeah, you're focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on like team play. We're focused on the team ups that are for the character, not on the team ups that she gives people. Like, we're not caring about them being an anchor because an anchor doesn't win you games. You're not just gonna pick Phoenix every game and have a 100% win rate because your teammates use her as an anchor. This is not gonna happen. So there's no reason to add that as to the value of a character being rated because it doesn't matter. They might not even play the character that you're anchoring for, you know? But Phoenix herself, she doesn't really have that great team ups going for her. And again, she has to be really good. And I don't really see that often. I used to put her at A. No, actually, I would still put her at B because the skill floor is high. But we never agree on this. I think we always disagree on Phoenix. I'm gonna put her at B. Dang, is Phoenix better than Widow? If Phoenix is better than Widow, then Widow's got to be B. If Widow's better than Phoenix, then Widow would be A. I think that Widow is good, though. But, dang, this one's difficult, dude. Okay, the thing is, Widow can generate more value by being bad. If you have a bad Phoenix on your team, she's not having value. I guarantee you. I promise you, that you are not getting value out of a bad Phoenix. I promise you, you are not getting value out of a bad Phoenix. If there's anybody in here that does not play Phoenix and you go play a ranked game, I guarantee you, you will do nothing. But if you don't play Widow and you played a ranked game, I guarantee you do something. I guarantee it. There's like no way. There's no way you're ever being an average Phoenix doing better than an average Widow. Phoenix has a lot that makes her terrifying, but it takes so much effort to get to that level. I can't honestly say that she is A. I can't honestly say that she's A because of the effort you got to put in. But I do think that she's strong. She's just balanced. That's all it is. She's just balanced. Like she's literally just balanced. But the thing, we never agree on Phoenix anyway. I think that's just the one we always gotta take to the grave. New rack so cute like it's Call of Duty. That's funny. That's funny. Well, it's not just her aim, but it's the combos that she does as well. It's how you weave her entire kick. There's a lot to Phoenix that goes unseen, but it's there. And I think it's just really hard to pull off. It's not something that you could just do. Even if you have like 10 hours on her, I just don't think you are as valuable as a Widow with 10 hours. I just don't think it. I just don't think it. So Blade, bro, a lot of you guys have been saying, pop it, Blade is broken, Blade does this, Blade does that, pop it, I don't challenge. Blade is only a problem if this full stacks on you. I think a lot of people try to deal with him when he has full stacks and then they're shocked that they can't. Don't let this fool get stacks. Bros buttons. That's literally it. Stop letting this guy get close for free. He's like, he just shouldn't be able to walk up at you. The guy literally explodes. I don't think Blade is strong. I just think Blade is getting away. I mean, I don't think he's bad either, but I just think Blade is getting away with a lot more than he should be getting away with because people are ignoring him. So I'm gonna put him here. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's amazing. You know, I'm actually going to put Spider a little bit ahead because I think Spider is actually pretty decent character. Let me put Spider here. Spider better than Iron Man? I don't think so. Chat, if you had an average Spider-Man or an average Iron Man, which one's better? Which one's better? Surely the Iron Man is better than the Spider-Man if it's just straight up average. Yeah? Surely. Surely I'm not crazy. But is an average Blade better than an average Spider-Man? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is an average Scarlet Witch better than an average Spider-Man? I think so. I think we chilling. I think this is fine. Does the average Iron Man know how to take cover? Yes. Yes, that'll be in their resume. Scarlet above them, above all of them? Even Iron Man? I don't know, Cloudy. I think Scarlet Witch doesn't beat Iron Man. I think Iron Man is... Dang. I think Iron Man can fight poke better than Scarlet Witch can. So I'm going to leave Iron Man above. Daredevil! Okay, honestly, chat, I don't know why it took so long. But they did need to reduce the parry. And I hope they don't add any seconds to it. That toned Daredevil down drastically. Daredevil's issue has always been just survivability. that nerf to him really toned the character down. Like really toned the character down. He's actually playable, or he's actually like playable into. I still think he's busted without a doubt. This character is still OP, but it's just more bearable, you know? It's just more bearable. You guys are saying B, C? Get DD out of here. DD is a lot more bearable. DD's a lot more bearable. The character used to be so hard to play into, but he's definitely better now. You seeing way more dinos than Daredevil? Yeah, I don't see him that often either. I'm gonna probably put here. I'm actually gonna put Storm here. I think I'm gonna do this. Actually. That's looking pretty decent. Okay. Deadpool. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Deadpool DPS is cracked. Deadpool DPS is cracked. Y'all might be saying I'm coping. But Deadpool DPS is cracked. Like, it is actually strong. It's actually strong. It was strong for a few seasons, but people have really been overlooking it. This is strong. It's really strong. It's way better than the other two. Especially if you play it right. Like, he's nuts. You wish DD had cooler team-ups? Yeah, I agree too. I feel like his teams were kind of lackluster for sure. I like DPS pool. That means that he's automatically has to be S tier since Lauren likes. Yeah, I think DPS. I think DPS Deadpool is pretty crazy. Red Panda, I'm surprised you're live. Yeah, I usually stream about 5 p.m. Central on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm gonna put him at the back of A. I think he's actually like really solid right now. I think he's really solid right now. Elsa. So Elsa, with her nerf, she's got worse. I don't think she was awful, but she definitely was way worse than what she used to be. Now she has her team ups. She's a little bit better. I don't actually think she's bad. I think a lot of these overloaded characters are starting to get dialed back a bit, which is great. I know that we can't really have a balanced game because all these characters are broken, but for the most part, they've been trying their best to reel back some of these overloaded ones, and she is one that did get reeled back as well. I think that she Luca says A tier. Deluda says B between Iron Fist and Storm. Laura says she's low A. Ultimate's okay, maybe low A, high B. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. I think she's actually like up here. She might actually be better than DD. I don't think she's better than Star, but I think she's better than DD. But I don't think. I think she's not actually as strong as she used to be. She is definitely toned down, and a lot of her power comes from just being really good. That doesn't actually come from the character just existing. A lot of the characters that are A or S are strong because they exist. It's not really that strong because the player is amazing at them. Whereas B is usually, you know, the you get more value, the better you get. And then C is like, even if you have a lot of skill, you're probably still gonna struggle. And D is super like that. But there's not a lot of characters that I would even put in D if I ever were to put anybody in D. Her Dino team up is super annoying. The traps. Yeah, I think, you know, ironically, I think the DPS characters are kind of balanced. Like mostly, there's a few that aren't, but for the most part, I think only like 80% of the roster, maybe 90, they're pretty all right. I don't really see anything crazy wrong with them. I think the comp that they play in makes them stronger, but like isolated, I don't really think a lot of DPS are that bad. I think they're doing a pretty good job balancing it. They're frustrating, but like that doesn't mean they're strong all the time. But when you start pairing 5 other players with that one DPS, that's when it starts to be an issue. Black Cat. I haven't been seeing many Black Cats. I've seen a couple, but the ones that I've seen were smurfing. And if I saw one that wasn't smurfing, they're useless. Like they don't do anything. So I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys because I don't see her that often. Chat, where should she go? She sucks. The only Black Cats are one choice. I can see that. Yeah, they don't really do anything in my lobbies either, deleted. They literally just... It's like, okay, what are you doing? They're just kind of like useless. So... That's why I said this one's kind of on y'all. Like, I would just probably put her... I'd probably put her with Wolf. It's like, unless you're really good, you don't really do much. Yeah, like if you're an average, you don't do much. If you're below average, don't play her, you know? It's not the fact that, well, she's super, super difficult to get value on. It's just, it's a specialist. It's a one-trick character. You're not really supposed to be able to play her. The reason why Spider-Man is above is because Spider-Man, even if you kind of suck, he still does Spider-Man stuff. But Wolverine requires to be in specific team comps or against specific comps, or else his job is way more difficult. And then with Black Cat, it's just kind of like a lot of what you do is very specialist heavy, you know? Just wait till I figure her out again. No, I do think she's still strong. I don't think she's weak. But I do think that a lot of people don't know how to play her. I think having that second dash removed a lot of security. But the thing about Black Cat is everything that she does, all her hitboxes are huge. Like every hitbox that she has is massive. I think Blade has a lot easier time getting value as well. Man, this is rough. Yeah, I feel like really only good Black Panthers make things happen, which is the same thing with Wolf. So we'll keep them at C. Not Black Panther, Black Cat. I don't think she's super, super bad, but I do think that it requires players to be good. Cyclops. Bro. Cyclops is annoying. All the dive players say she's S. Yeah, they're coping. Cyclops high A for sure. B? I don't know if Cyclops is a B. I don't know if he's B. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if Cyclops is B. I don't know about that one. I might have to stop y'all there. I don't know. I don't know. I have to stop y'all. I don't think Cyclops is B. Y'all might be a little bit too generous. This character is strong. B is nah. Nah, bro. You think he's better than Moon Knight? I need an in-between. I think he just generates a lot of value by existing. You don't even have to get KOs, you know? The ricochet is enough. He just generates value. I'm gonna put him here. I'm putting him up here. Actually, I'm gonna put him here. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. If he didn't get value by just being there, that's one thing. But he provides a lot of extra hurdles for an enemy team comp, you know? You off your lunch break? All right, Cloudy. Thanks for hanging out. Peace late. Yeah, he just provides a lot of value for being there. He's like Squirrel Girl. It's like you don't really need to get KOs. You just provide a lot by existing. You provide a lot of poke damage. You provide a lot of sustained damage via lasers. And if one starts popping off, it is very difficult to control that. I don't know. I'm thinking A. I'm thinking A, chat. I think this is our list. I don't think we have any more DPS. No. I think this is our DPS list. So here's our tank. And then here's our DPS. So now we look at strats. Obviously, though, tier list is always just about a personal opinion. None of it is fully facts. I'm just going based off how much value I think people could generate just by picking these characters. As a solo player, of course. Thor too high, drop him to B. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay, before anything, Jubilee D tier. I don't know about that. Gino, what's up? Alright, Adam Warlock. God, I hate Raiden, this character. So, his team up to be able to heal allies is phenomenal. However, I still think that you're burning up resources to heal than to do damage. The other team up that he has is it, what is the other team up that he has? Is it Storm? Or did they remove the Storm team up? What's his other one? Can someone remind me? I forgot what it was. Yeah, I don't remember. What is the second team up? Ultron's one of them, but that's the one where he hits people and it explodes. But what's the second team up that he has? You think it's the storm one? It is the storm one. You're correct. You're correct. It's the storm one. Okay. Yeah. I think Ultron's team up is better, but I just think he needs another snap of heal, man. I just think he needs another snap of heal or some lower cooldowns. God, I hate placing this character, bro. All right, I'm gonna put him at C. I'm gonna put him at C for now. I just think the character requires too much to be useful, and this is 2-2-2. It's not threes. So everything is about solo gameplay. Everything is about 2-2-2. None of it is triple tanks, triple DPS, triple strats, etc., etc. I don't think he could pull into a 2-2-2 combo that well unless you're an extremely good Adam Warlock, and even then they struggle. So I think C is probably fine, even with the team ups. I just don't see him being any higher than that. Jeff. Oh, I stopped DPS up? You're right. Thank you. Thank you. So Jeff, my name is Jeff. Like I said before, when the ult changes happened, you stopped needing the back-to-back-to-back ults. Even with what he has in terms of team ups now, I just feel like Jeff is just useless. He's like a gimmick character. I don't know. I feel like gimmick characters just aren't that great. I just feel like they're not that great, man. And I don't want to be biased, because there's some maps where the character is good, but a lot of the times you need a third strat, and then he just sits there in pockets for free. But if it's in a 2-2-2 comp, like your team just has to be better for him to work. Like, he doesn't do anything, man. I hate this character. Didn't have Thing in S? Yeah, nah. We didn't put Thing in S. Jeff and D, get that garbage out of here. Is he D? I think he can sometimes find value. I just don't like him. It's similar to Warlock. It's like you could, but it's like, why play them unless you really love them? You've experienced it. Go to Jeff, put him in B. So because you had one game with one player that was good, your logic is B. Savage, make that make sense. And you were triple. Okay. Okay. Get that out of here, then. I don't think he's B, but I don't think he's D. I think he's just C. He does provide value sometimes. Most of the time, it's like you have to have your Jeff work really hard to be good, or you have to have your team be better than average to not really rely on another strat like that. And a 2-2-2, I put him there. I don't really feel comfortable putting him at D because he's not that bad, but I also don't feel comfortable putting him at B because he's not that good. So I'm gonna just have to. I don't like having him on my team, but I don't think it's an auto lose. The only auto lose character that I think could be D is Strat Pull, and we could do that right now. Everybody's like, Strat Pull is so insane popping. Character throws my freaking lobby. Shut up. Everybody who likes Strat Pull is banned from my chat. Go ahead. We got 2 lovely moderators that will be more than happy. Okay. Loki. I haven't really been seeing much Loki, honestly. I haven't seen as much Loki. I thought I would, but people aren't playing him. People just aren't playing this character. But I don't think he's bad. He has some really high cooldowns. They might have to nerf that. I think he's just kind of like balanced, you know? Like he's cool. He ain't strong, he ain't weak. Even the Lady Loki swim skin didn't get people playing Loki. That's funny. I just feel like other strats do what he does better. And his cooldowns are really high. I'm gonna put him at B. He's kind of like whatever. I don't really think he's bad. I just think people don't play him. Maybe I'll get back into Loki. I used to like playing him a lot. Oh, we forgot Cloak and Dagger. How did I miss that? C and D. She's gotten a lot of buffs for some reason. She's also gotten a lot of skins for some reason. She generates a lot of value for free. A lot of what she does is free. I haven't seen many Cloak and Dagger players use the Hood team up, but honestly, that's expected because we all know how Cloak and Dagger players are. So it kind of sucks because I want to see how strong that really is. But, you know. But I think the rest of her kit is pretty decent. C&D players just icing the time. I have seen a lot of C&D players like try to freeze up and then they do it in the middle of nowhere and gets clapped. Patiently waiting for what? The Hood team was going to require thinking. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. Is like most C&D players don't play that way. If you're a C&D player in the chat, don't feel bad. I say stuff about every character. But I mean, if you are a C&D man, you know most of your people don't really be thinking. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I'm okay to tell you that most of my people who play Cap don't be tanking. They think they are. But what happens in their head is not what's happening on the map. Let me tell you. Make me mod so I can ban you all. That's funny. You play the Hood team up all the time? Okay, Kupo, how is it? How's the Hood team up? Yo, Kupo, you got the floor. What's up? Let me know. Let us know. It's very strong. I don't think it's weak at all, but I have never got to use it. Like, it sounds good, but I never see anybody use it. Sausage, what's up? Hello? Yeah, it seems so good. I'm gonna put it at A. I don't really think she can ever be S just because as she climbs, it's super easy to deal with her. It's not a hard character to deal with at all. She's really good at stomping noobs though, but she's still strong at high ranks as well. I'm gonna put her there. So Luna lost her damage on her Snowflake, and I noticed a lot of Luna players don't know this until I type it to them. In my opinion, that made Luna so much more weaker. And it's not weaker in a way where I think she sucks. It's weaker in a way that tones her back to what she was originally supposed to be, which is a strategist. That's literally what it is. And I don't think that's a bad thing. So Luna players can't read, got it. Dude, what strat players read patch notes? Let me know. D&D is a high B. I'd put her at that, but the fact that her play rate is so high and the fact that she's successful in all ranks means that I have to put her at A, in my opinion. But yeah, the lack of damage on Luna definitely made her more bearable. I still think she's strong, but she ain't broken. I put her at A? I think her healing numbers are insane. If a Luna knows how to heal, I feel like her healing numbers are so high, it's ridiculous. Luna's better than C and D? All right, you're coping, Savage. You're coping. Chat, let me ask you this. Would you guys rather have an average Luna or an average C and D? Average Luna or an average C and D, chat? I'm gonna say that the person would rather have an average Cloak and Dagger on their team more than an average Luna. It doesn't matter if she's superior. It matters if players can pilot her. Average Luna is scary? In what? Okay, LFC, what way is an average Luna scary? What way is an average Luna scary? Because your thought process is the average Luna should be able to aim. Cloak and Dagger does not need to aim. So objectively, Cloak and Dagger is putting out better healing and better damage than a character that can miss, no? So in what world is a character that has higher percent chance to hit all shots versus a character that can't? I think you guys are looking at this in a funnel. I think you guys are looking at this in a funnel. You guys are might be thinking about it like, well, if Luna can do XYZ, she's super good. Yeah, that's a if. That's a if. That's a big if. What is actually I'm gonna leave it to the win rate. If Luna has a higher win rate than C and D, I'll put Luna first. But I don't think she will. I could be wrong though. But there's a lot of bad Cloak and Dagger players, so maybe she does, to be honest. There's a lot of bad Cloak and Dagger players. Let's see. I don't think Luna gets played as much. Well, she got played a lot last season. Luna's win rate is 49.05. Cloak and Dagger has a higher win rate on PC, which is hilarious. On console, Cloak and Dagger has a 50% win rate on console, and Luna has a 48. So objectively, Luna is not better. I think Luna is good, don't get me wrong, but she has a lot more room for mistakes and errors than Cloak and Dagger, which means that you'd be a lot more consistent playing Cloak and Dagger than you would be playing Luna, which is why she's better. That's literally it. I don't think that she's bad, but you also can't be biased and say that, well, I play Luna and I can do this, or I went against Lunas that are really good, so therefore, that's not how that works. Overall, Cloak and Dagger is just more sustainable than Luna in every way. You say Luna ult is better than Cloak and Dagger ult? I also don't think so. I think Cloak and Dagger ult wins way more fights than actually any support in the game than a Luna ult. I think that the fact that it's so much space for free, I think Cloak and Dagger is OP. I don't care, but I don't want to put her at S because, like I said, she's easier to deal with in high ranks. But I just think being able to be consistent is more important than being able to have power spikes. Consistency is always better, you know? Mantis. You said we weren't basing it off win rates either? We weren't. Basing it off of consistency. You can KO Luna and ult, I think, easier than Cloak and Dagger, in my opinion. But also, you have to keep in mind that Cloak and Dagger can still fight mid-ultimate. Luna can't. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that she's bad. Mantis is super strong this season. I do think that Mantis is strong. I think she was strong last season too, and the season before that. But we are thinking about 222, and I think Mantis needs some help. I don't think that she's bad, but a really good Mantis is what you need to be able to function in a 222. An average Mantis probably won't pull it off. And I don't know. Is it cope if I want to put her as C? Is that cope? Nah, that's nonsense. I think Mantis is balanced. But I don't think that I think she's just kind of in a really good spot right now. I think she's not better than Loki, just because I think Loki provides way more value than a Mantis does. Well, dang, that's hard, dude. Nah, I think Mantis is better. I mean, I think Loki is better. C&D is locked into a longer predictable animation during ult, and there are so many one-shots in the game. Yeah, C&D players don't usually make their path unpredictable. They usually just do the same path and get shot out of it. I don't think that's fair. Mantis forces triple support? I do think so too. I don't think you have to, but I swear she forces it. But I do think she's better than what she was. People have opinions on support? Hey. Okay, you guys know I play all three roles though. So I'm looking at this from everybody's perspective when I do tier lists. I'm not looking at it just from like a funnel of just strats. Like, I'm looking at it through all types of fighting. Mantis struggles a lot. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of what you guys might be thinking is like, well, if the character can sit there and pocket, they're good. Like, if they can sit there and be ignored, they're really good. Well, yeah, but if they're not ignored, such as Luna, how does she do anything? If they're not ignored, such as Loki, if they're not ignored, such as Mantis, how do they play? That is where that difficulty spike comes into, and that is where some of these characters just struggle. And it's not a bad struggle, it's purposeful, but that's where their value dips, right? That's why I said consistency, especially with Cloak and Dagger, is important, because it doesn't matter how you play into it. You're landing your shots, you're doing damage, you're doing everything you need to do. Whereas Luna, if you get dove, she can miss, she can do all that, and she's not just sitting there for free playing the game, you know? I would put Luna at B in the front, but I just think that she has some really good healing now than what she did. Actually, this is Cope. We actually are going to put her at B. She's at the tip of the B. I think that damage knockoff made her worse. Chat, I just got a notification. We reached 1,000 messages today. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Yeah, we're gonna put Luna at B. It might not seem like it because this patch hasn't been out for that long, but I think as the patch plays out, it's gonna start being a lot more prevalent. Mantis damage boost just melts? Yeah, but you're saying that people have to know how to use it. Like, a lot of these things are just so situational. You know what I mean? And also, a lot of them is based off the ranks that you guys play in. Not to say that you can't have valid opinions, but it's really hard sometimes to factor in everybody. This is usually why streamers that make them, or content creators that make tier lists, generally only factor in their ranks. It's very easy to pull it off on what's strong and weak and high rank because everything's abused. But in low ranks, things aren't abused as how they aren't abused as much as they should be. And That is the thing that makes it hard to judge. It's difficult. I know Luna is good, but it does get to the point, especially without her damage buff, where she's kind of abusable. Cloak and Dagger is just always good, like I said, because of her consistency. But even then in higher rank, she is punished a lot more by getting her cooldowns wasted and stuff like that. I think Luna is good, but she's good if you're a one trick. I don't think regular people just dipping to play Luna is really strong. I think she will get buffed. I think they're gonna do something, because her damage is what took her over the top, but I think they're gonna do something now that her damage is dropped. Okay, let's move on. Continue to keep your pitchforks out, guys and gals. Invis. Okay. Invis has been A or S for like multiple patches. This patch, is kind of like debatable. Luna being B is crazy. Look, I'm trying to tell you. I think she's B. I think she's B right now. Invis is S and Invis is A. Be nice poppin', this your main? Okay, Mads. I didn't even know you were a support player. What? This entire time you watched me play Jubilee, you never said anything. As I speak about Invis players during my stream, you have never said anything. Some of y'all just don't be caring about what I say about y'all players. Dang. I will say, Lauren gives me flack if I say something about Hulk. Deluded gives me flack if I say something about Thor. Savage gives me flack if I say something about C&D or Invis. Amber gives me flack if I say something about C&D. Puka gives me flack if I say something about Squirrel Girl or Penny or Angela. Preethian gives me flack. Some of y'all really be dieharding for y'all mains. You do give me flack. Nah. You give me flack. You might not give me flack about skill, but you'll give me flack about how ugly he is and how the skins are bad. Okay, we gotta get back on. We gotta get back on point. We gotta get back on point. Invis is C in my hands. Is that how this works? Is that how I should be doing this tier list? Based on how I play them, this is what they are. That's crazy. That'd be a funny tier list to see though for some people. Okay, so they actually recently hotfixed Invis to do more healing, yeah? And damage? I don't remember. I would put her... Yeah, Invis is broken, bro. She has some crazy value. Invis is broken. Invis is broken. She's really good. And it's not even like she's an unbalanced S, by the way. She's like a balanced S. Like, she's supposed to be that strong. And I don't mind that. Some characters are just really good and they're supposed to be good. Which is fine. There's just some characters that are really strong for no reason. And it's like, bro, it's unhealthy. Like Penny. Finally does the correct thing? Relax. No, she's S because her kit allows her to deal with everything in the game. There is not something in her kit where she can't play the game. Everything she does is good for the game. She is she's like Doctor Strange on strat. Everything, she's just good at everything. That's all. What's wrong with your character? Wait, so some people are mad because I don't place their characters higher. Some people are mad because I place their characters higher. What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? Do you want me to be honest? Or you guys want me to not be honest? What do y'all want from me? The thing is, she just generates a lot of value even if she's not that great. And the main thing that I think that pushes her into S, and I'm talking about she low S, like she barely got in. Like she knew who the bouncer was and they snuck her in. The thing that makes her over the top is the fact that her primary pierces. That right there is unbelievable. You know what? You know what? We might have to walk this back. We might have to walk this back. Hold on. We might have to walk this back. So for that to happen though, everyone has to be in main. For that to happen though, everybody has to be in main. I think she's a little bit more fair if the team is split up. Okay. We're put her at A. Chat, if there was an A+ or an S-, I'd put her there. We'll put her at A. I think she is probably the best support in the game, chat. I will. But S is like for unhealthy broken. Invis is not unhealthy broken. Invis is like broken in a good way. Like it's fair that she's stupid. But S, I feel like S is just for those that are unhealthy for the game. I don't think Invis is unhealthy. I don't think Invis is unhealthy. No? Can anyone in this chat honestly say Invis is unhealthy for the game? Right? Can anyone in this chat honestly say Invis is unhealthy for the game? I don't think that's true. I think she is strong, but she's not unhealthy. I mean, do we have an S in tank? Okay, Penny is unhealthy. Venom is unhealthy. Correct. Namor is unhealthy. Hella's unhealthy. I'm not gonna talk about Magic or Psylocke because y'all hate me. Those are unhealthy strong. Invis is healthy. Invis is a healthy strong. I think she is the best strat in the game, but she is a healthy strong. She is a healthy strong. Okay, Ultron. I think Ultron's actually pretty decent. Is that Cap? I just think that Tank should learn how to play with Ultron. But I'm gonna put him here. Put him in C. I don't think he's bad. I just think that his healing needs some adjustments. If they really wanted to, they can just remove his damage and heal, buff his heals. I probably would like that, or maybe give him one more drone. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of in a spot for him because if they go triple support, the character's broken. But I don't think he's actually bad. Honestly, chat, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put him at B. I don't think he's a bad character. I really don't. I don't think he's a bad character. Adam is bad because he's cooldown gated. Ultron is infinite cooldowns. And if you learn how to shoot with this fool, he provides a lot of value. And his ult is really good. He's B. He's for sure B. I'm putting him there. You guys can't change my mind. You guys can't change my mind. I think he's where he's supposed to be. But I just wish he was a little bit better. Rocket. Child, I'm not gonna lie. This character was broken last season. But when they adjusted his fall off for his ultimate, chat, that fall off is working and twerking this season. That fall off is crazy. That group team up is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty good team up. But that ult fall off has been very crazy. Like I think they may walk that back or at least adjust it, because that fall off is wild. Like, it's really bad. In a good way. His Be Right Back is busted. But I think Rocket is really only strong in triple. I don't think Rocket is strong in twos. He's like normal in twos, but he's not strong in twos. It's where he gets to sit back and play for free that makes him strong. And having to put him in a specific comp to where he plays for free, that's kind of how a lot of strats are, honestly. If they can play for free, they're kind of stupid. But if he can't play for free, he's just kind of like whatever. Y'all say he's S tier? Y'all say he's A tier? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. That's where I think Rocket should be. That's where I think Rocket should be this season, at least. As I said before, that change to his ultimate is pretty drastic. I also want to mention that 2 of his abilities that are objectively the most impactful can be destroyed. So, not only is his ult nerfed, but also everything he does can be destroyed. If you have someone on beacon duty, he's not rezzing. If you have the teammates playing characters that shred his ultimate, like Emma, Punisher, Moon Knight, etc., etc., Magneto can one-shot it if he ults, like characters that one-bang it on ult. What does he do? Like, everything this character does relies on not having his stuff destroyed. That doesn't... Like, you have to either A, run triple, or B, be peeled and or left alone. The character doesn't really do a lot without that. A, if you want to be objective, I actually think Luna is stronger than Rocket, so let me move that, actually. I'd rather have a Luna than a Rocket. I think Luna is capable of more than Rocket is. I think the thing is, like, you guys might be used to people not destroying them, like destroying his Be Right Back or destroying his ult. You guys might be used to people not going for Rocket. If anyone's ever been a Rocket main, or anyone's played a large, like a majority of Rocket, if you're chased, you don't really get to heal because you're being chased. Can't do both at the same time. If your stuff is getting destroyed, your value drops. Like, you just don't have an ult. You don't have a way to res somebody. That is situational power. That's not actual just flat. So I personally think that Rocket, he's not bad. I think he's balanced, but I just can't put him in A because you can literally turn this guy off. You can literally just say you can't play the game, bro. Jeff has more value of being chased. Jeff is super hard to catch, man. Yeah, again, I don't think people in B are bad. Don't think about it that way. I think they're balanced. That's all that it is. But I can't put him in A because he's not that strong. He's just a character that gets carried. If you require a Rocket to actually play the game, more often than not, you might lose. Like, I'm being dead serious. Rocket is one of those characters that just, if he can play for free in AFK, bro is valuable. If he can't, you have to swap, or like, you're gonna be getting yelled at. If your beacons are getting taken out because you're not rezzing, your ult's getting taken out at the start of a team fight every single time, you have to get flamed, bro. Character doesn't do anything. His heals just aren't enough. Gambito. Gambito. Gambit's just freaking strong, bro. I don't think he's broken though. I'm gonna be biased. I'm never biased. I am objective. You think he's S? I never thought Gambit was S. I think maybe one season I thought he was S. When it was a half. I never thought he was S. And the main reason is, the reason why people think he's strong isn't because Gambit himself. It's his ult. That is one part of Gambit that's not his entire kit. So we can't rate a character based off just one part of their kit, right? The Gambit still has to have a brain. The Gambit still has to know how to push buttons. And these are things that a lot of players kind of like struggle with. I'm gonna put at A. I actually think he's stronger than Cloak and Dagger though. Is he? I would rather have an average Cloak and Dagger than an average Gambit on my team. But he's not better than Luna though, in my opinion. Like, I actually think Luna is better than Gambit. I think Rocket's better than Gambit. I actually think Mantis is better than... Okay. Is this Cope? I think Mantis is better than Gambit. Like, for real, for real. I think Mantis is better than Gambit. But I don't know if that's Cope. You guys think Gambit's better than Mantis? Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That one was a guess. That one was a guess. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, I know that a Mantis is more consistent than a Gambit. She doesn't have to aim her healing and her damage is higher. Period. Whereas Gambit does have to play really well to get things accomplished, and he has to aim. They basically have the same ultimate, but hers is better than his, unless you're factoring the damage, but she can damage boost her entire team. Therefore, she is Gambit. No? You guys kind of get where I'm going? I've seen low elo players play Gambit, bro. That is not something I want to keep witnessing. Low rank Gambit players are wild. I don't know if they're confused. I don't know if they think Gambit's supposed to be Rocket. The way that they play him is crazy to me. Gambit does have a great cleanse, but that's like a really good Gambit. An average Gambit's not cleansing. Give me a Gambit 10 out of 10 times over a Mantis. It's super close. Like, it's not even like one is like way better. It's really close. Okay, do we do that? Do you put Luna in the back? That doesn't seem right, because I feel like wait, no. I think Gambit's better than Luna. Okay, I think that's where we are. I think Gambit's better than Luna. I'm coping. I think Gambit's better than Luna. I think Gambit's better than Luna. I had to think about it for a little bit. But I don't think Gambit's A. Because he's not... Gambit's just an ult bot if you really want to say he's strong. Luna is a clap bot if you really want to say she's strong. You don't know about that? Literally what you said at the start? I think that the ability to move around on Gambit is what makes him more valuable. Luna's stuck. If you dive her, she can't do much about it. Gambit has a lot of ways of dealing with everything. Luna does not. I think we're keeping it here. I think this is solid. I think Mantis is better than Rocket. All right, that's where I am, bro. That's where I am, bro. White Fox, hello. All right, White Fox. Bro, I totally forgot about Gambit team-ups. Bro, he's A. Chat, what? Why didn't y'all have me remember that? I totally forgot about the team-ups for Gambit. Bro, Gambit's busted. This fool's A. I totally forgot about his team-ups. This entire time I'm thinking about his game, I totally forgot about the team-up patch. Bro, Gambit is strong. Gambit, yo, it slipped my mind. It slipped my mind that the team-ups were in the game. It slipped my mind, bro. It actually slipped my mind. It actually slipped it. Wait. Wait. Okay. Hold on. We have to redo this. I don't know why I stopped thinking about the team up. Okay. No, Luna is A. Luna is A. Chat, I forgot. I've been streaming for 3 hours, chat. I'm sorry. I forgot. Okay. We're here. This is how it works. I'm sorry. I forgot. Okay. All right. We're back on track. Do we need to redo the tank tier list? No, I remember it for those two. I just forgot for strategists. Okay, there we go. I remember it. Okay, I remember it. No, I remember the team up with Luna or with White Fox, but I forgot that you can take them regardless. So you could take Adams regardless as well. Like, I totally forgot about the team ups can be taken. That's where we are. Okay. Oh, look, I forgot. Okay. White Fox. I think White Fox is really good this season. I think she's probably in one of the best spots that she has been in a hot minute. And that's really because not only of her team ups, which they are better than what I originally thought they were once I started putting it into practice. And her ultimate HP buff was really good too. This one's kind of rough because I'm hesitant. I do want to put her in the back of A, but I also want to put her in the front of B. And the reason for this is that she does struggle if they don't have a lot of teams that can be close range. And that's really what's being played a lot too right now, is characters that aren't that close or characters that are really fast. So if you bait out White Fox, what does she have left? That being said, because those characters are being played a lot, because characters are moving a lot, her healing is better because she doesn't really have to worry about aiming. I also think her shield is really good for people who are playing on off angles. You can give them a little shield. I think she's in a great spot. she's just balanced, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna front. I can't put her higher because she's not broken. She's not bad and she's not good. She's just balanced. Like, she's, oh, I'm sorry. She's not bad and she's not great. She's just good. Ultron, he's straddling between C and B, I'm not gonna lie. But the rest of this roster, they're not bad characters. Luna's just a little bit over the top. Her team ups, if they were better, I think she'd be over. And she's also kind of comp dependent sometimes. I still play her wherever I want to play her, but I just don't think I don't think she competes as hard, especially because her ultimate could get her deleted. It's kind of similar to Rocket, where it's like, well, you just destroy her ult. What does she do? You know, you burn her cooldowns. What does she do? Maybe she's actually not better than Mantis. I think that's better. I don't think she's better than Rocket either. I do think she's better than Loki. I'm not gonna front. I think that's a pretty good spot. I think that's a pretty good spot. I like that. I think that's a pretty good spot. I think that's a pretty good spot. She's right in the middle. Is this the last strategist? I'm missing anybody. The last strategist, Jubilee. Now that's my girl. This my girl. Okay, so Jubilee. I have been playing Jubilee. Chat, let me tell you. It took me about 75 to 80 games to get a Diamond 3 with Jubilee. Now, we did have some throwers, but that's a lot of games. So either it's me or it's her. And I'm gonna say it's her. It has to be her. Come on now. Oh my god. It has to be her. No, I think her potential is very, very high. But I think her potential is very high. Luna's win rate is so bad. I don't think it's that bad. It's like 49. I believe we checked. I don't know if I missed that comment, Sausage. My bad. She provides a lot of value, but she's really hard to play. I'm not even gonna front. I think she's the hardest strategist in the game. Like, Gambit might seem hard, but I think every Gambit player can kind of tell you once you get used to Gambit, he's not really that bad anymore. Jubilee is a problem regardless how many hours you put on her. Like, bro, I have like 12 hours, 14 hours on her, and I'm still struggling. Like, she is hard, bro. The thing with Jubilee is that she's really strong if your team is good. She is really hard to play when your team is bad. Like, she's really hard to play when your team is bad. It is not a character that likes to be losing. That is a freaking fact. People saying Celestials. Whoa! But you guys know how I grade it. If you're bronze to diamond, I think that that is casual rank. That's not really true rank. That's like, it's kind of like you're cosplaying comp. That sounds bad, but like, that's what it is. It's like, you can feel competitive without feeling sweaty, you can still have fun. It's fun. Once you hit Grandmaster and above, that's when the game starts really feeling kind of like not fun anymore. That's where it starts to feel stressful and draining and obnoxious and all that extra stuff. I think Celestial does house good players though. Anyone who thinks Celestial houses bad players is kind of trolling. Grandmaster players are still kind of bad because they're still diamond players, but once you start breaking into Celestial, you're a pretty decent player. I think Grandmaster players could be better if they didn't have such a big ego, but all of them are just freaking, they think they're so good, and they're not. They haven't really learned how to play the game yet. They've just been relying on their characters. I don't really know where to play. She's capable of so much though. Like, she is good. But okay, I'm looking at it as iPlayer though. Chat, I have to remember, I can't look at it as iPlayer. Okay? I have to look at it as like the average player playing this character. If iPlayer and I'm struggling, I'm pretty sure when you guys get Jubilee on your team, it is not it. I'm not going to say she's tossing your games out the window, but you guys are probably wanting her to swap. I know when I have her on my team and I'm not playing her, I think they are horrible. But I could just be being biased because they stole her from me. Could be. You think she's C? All right, deleted. That's crazy. I don't think she's C. C is pretty low. I think we are on the same page though. I think she's B. I think she's capable of a lot, but like on average, not many people can pull that off. I'd put her behind Loki. Nah, I wouldn't. I feel like Loki needs some cooldown adjustments. Loki would be so much better if he had lower cooldowns. Doesn't have to be anything drastic, but just you go into Loki, bait his lamp, bro. Loki's just like buns. Like really. Loki's just awful. If you bait his lamp. And what does he do? Character does nothing after that. He has to play in the threes. I'm gonna put him at C, only because A, the lamp can be baited and that cooldown is 3 years long. His clones or his invisibility is a very long cooldown, and on top of that, you can destroy his clones. I don't know, chat. That one kind of feels awful. I don't know. I don't think he's C. I don't think he's C. I think it's B. He just tail end. He's definitely not worse than Ultron. That's a lie. That's cap. But I do think Jubilee is better than him. It sucks because Jubilee has so much potential. It's so hard to rate it because she has potential to be good. Maybe I have to give it a season or something. Maybe I have to give it a season, and maybe we have to see how people play her. Maybe I should just say screw it and only rank it based off of this season. I just can see the capability, you know? I could just see the potential of the character, but I feel like that's being biased, and I probably shouldn't do that. I think it's too early to fully rate it. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. I do think she lacks carry potential, though. For you to carry as Jubilee, you have to be really good. Like, really good with everything you do. And I think that's something that a lot of these other characters don't really have to worry about. White Fox doesn't, Rocket doesn't, Mantis doesn't, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, I don't think she's broken now. I don't think she's underpowered. I just think people suck. I think once they stop sucking, she might actually be OD. But, you know, we have to wait for people to be good at her before that happens. That is our tier list, gang. We spent 3.5 hours talking about characters and having you guys disagree with almost every single thing that I say. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I do want to stream tonight, but I don't know if I will. I might come back because I want to play some Jubilee, or I might just play offline and maybe stream it to my Discord. I don't know, but I want to like eat. I want to get a little bit of rest, not like sleep, but you know, chill out. We'll see how I feel after that. But yeah, that's our tier list. So just to recap, here's Tank. And I'll also make a short version of this like I always do. I'll make a short version of it and put it on my YouTube. So you guys can just kind of see the quick version without having to, you know, watch the entire thing. If you want to come back and watch. Here's DPS. And here's Tank. I mean, Strat. The Cyclops is A tier? Yeah, Cyclops is busted. I'd put him at S, but I don't think he's there anymore. He was. Need to work the PR agent. Nah. Isn't it crazy that the only role that has S is freaking DPS and strat? I mean DPS and tanks? Chat, what's going on? Are strats not as strong as people think? That's crazy, ain't it? Yeah, I feel like strats are very easily beat. Like, I think strats are just easier to deal with. There's not really any time where I feel like, oh my god, they have the strat. This is going to be a really hard game. It's kind of just like you're existing, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You're not making my game better or worse. You're just there. I mean, unless you pick these three. And you're actively making my game worse. But, alright. Thank you guys for watching, as always. I really appreciate it. If I do come back, you guys will get a notification. If I don't come back, then you guys won't get a notification. We will see. We will see how I feel if I want to play. If I don't come back, then we'll be doing replay reviews tomorrow. So make sure that you guys do put your replay reviews in the Discord channel. If you guys want your replays done, they're free. We do them every Saturday. So join the Discord, put your code in the replay review channel. We can do them tomorrow. As always, until next time, you know what I always say. Think you guys are doing what? Popping often. Will often. Peace, late. Have a great rest of your day or night if I don't see you guys later. And catch you next time.